I think we're live now, so good evening everyone. Welcome to another episode of Airfix and Chill. Got quite a big array of folks in tonight. We've got the usuals in. We've got Tam from Kits and Bits. Hi Tam, how's it going?
Evening.
Good. We've got Sully's here. Hi Sully, how's it going, my friend?
Right, dude.
Good. I also have invited tonight two new members. We've got Ms. Modeler. Hi, Miss Modeler. She's known as Lexi. How are you, my love?
Hi, I'm good.
I'm good too. And we've got Johan Rorex. Hi, mate. How's it going?
Hello, I'm fine.
Good. He's in another country as well, aren't you, my friend?
The Netherlands.
In the Netherlands. And at the moment, he's building a Lightning for one reason. What's that reason?
Oh, you had that strange patch, and I already have the other one.
You're going for the collection.
Of course.
That's good then. I'm glad somebody's enjoying these patches. I think they'd be well designed, actually. I'm really chuffed with those patches. I've got a friend to design them, and then I get somebody on Fiverr to digitize them ready for to be woven, and then I send them to a friend up north who then prints them off for me for about £3 each, I think, and I give them away for free. Because
fellas and fillets. Evening, Dan.
So, I think Captain VPC is coming in later, and we've also got Hamish coming in. So, around the clock, then we're going to talk about tools tonight, really. But before we go into the tool side of it, what are you all working on? So, Ms. Modeler, what are you working on this evening?
I am working on a MiG-21 and a Hungarian MiG-21 in the Sky Hussars display team colours.
Wow, what manufactures that?
Aero team, but it's a KP kit.
It's a KP kit, is it? So that's KP Plastics. Yeah, so it's Polish, basically, isn't it? Or is it Czech?
Very nice.
Czech.
Yeah, very Czech. Yeah, sounds cool. So let's move on to Tam. What are you working on again? Are you still on the Hawk?
Yeah, still working on the Hawk from last week that we got built in incredibly 2 hours.
Wow.
And we're just going to, I'm doing a little bit of the hand painting, as you can see on the insides, and then we're going to cover that, mask it, and we're going to start airbrushing it at some point.
Fun. So is that going to be red or black? Or...
No, it is. I'm going to be doing the, let me show you. The Canadian version, which is done up like a Lancaster. So we've got the green and the dark earth on top, and we've got the black on the sides and bottom. So it's done up like if you can see the letterings on it, it's done up like a Lancaster. So so that's what we're doing.
So obviously the gearing will be down on this one because they never fly them, do they?
Absolutely, yeah. The gearing's down. And
when's Canada ever been in a war?
Well, I mean, does the Second World War count?
No, it's not cool there. Right, so Rorex, I'm assuming you're working on. Is that a DC9? Is it
A DC3, but
DC3,
it's official. Yeah, officially it's the Dakota Skytrain from Italy. I'm working on the Spitfire from Smear for a friend.
Brilliant.
I'm working on Fokker E3 at the moment.
Excellent.
Lightning F6.
Yeah.
And the Odd SE5.
That's a terrible kit, that SE5A. It's a terrible kit, that.
Well, it's not that bad still, and but we'll see what comes of it. And I just finished, and I need to take the photos of it. The DR one from Revell.
Revell. So, are you going to do the rigging on that SE?
The S5, yes, I'm doing it, but it's more of a side project. Like it's literally on the side at this moment.
Brilliant, fair enough. Good luck to you on that one.
The rigging of the Fokker will be also very strange, but I got an idea to do it quite easily.
Fair enough. Moving on to Sully. Sully, what are you working on at the moment?
That.
Wow.
No, I've got a few things. The problem is because I haven't had a chance to prime anything. Well, I have, but I've just been doing other stuff. But I've still got that second chipmunk to get primed. I need to master the canopy. I might do that in a bit. That's because that needs doing.
Yeah.
And I've been building a Games Workshop model. One of the Imperial Knights, which I've got like half of it here. It's quite a big model. But what I've been doing, that's just the top half.
It reminds me of that robot that's in the first RoboCop film.
That's
Ed
it's
209.
very similar actually. That's the one.
Yeah.
So it's quite big with the legs. That's the whole. See, I've got it. But I'm working on putting some lights in it at the moment. So
Bit of
just to make
LED.
things more. Yeah, so I've got a couple in the top piece there, which will partly light some of the headpiece, which will sit like that. So it'll light there, and I might put a couple in there as well, maybe around the shoulder pads. But that's pretty much all ready for priming. I might try and do that a bit later on. But I need to. But I'm still waiting for some more lights to turn up because I need to do the eyes.
Yeah.
But
Most
I
excellent.
thought, something to bring to the table. I thought I'm going to try and attempt to do some more of this figure, which I'd started airbrushing the skin, and it's not too bad. I'm still not very good at skin.
No.
That's all in the slightest airbrushing or hand painting, so I might try and do a bit more because I've never really done this much level of skin. I've done faces, but I find that the face isn't quite sharp enough for me to do. Because I used to the bloke faces, they're more sharper details, so I can do that a bit better. But still not good.
The thing is, well, you say that, but you know what I mean. I don't even. I struggle to paint a 1/72 scale pilot face. Like, you know what I mean? It's like,
well, that's what that's why I was doing my 35th normally, because you can do them. But with a 72nd, just slap a bit of pink on the face, and that will do it, really.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that will do.
And a wash.
Yeah, I just don't paint figures. I'm shockingly shite at figures, to be honest.
It's one of the things. If you're going to do figures to something, they've got to be good, because it will really ruin the whole thing. Do you know what I mean? So
it looks fantastic. But to me, that just looks fantastic. I'll be proud to have that on my wall, on my mantelpiece. You know what I mean?
So I'm still going to paint a lot of this, but I'm just doing the skin. I'm going to do it kind of a bit kind of tribally sort of stuff on the face and maybe around the arms. I don't know. Or just on the skin off, I suppose. Yeah.
Fair play to you. Fair play. And then, just as he's jumped in now, is Captain VFC. Hi, my friend. How's it going?
Hello. I thought I would come and interrupt your party.
No worries. You've done your chores then, yeah?
Well, yeah, I just got back from the shop. I didn't know what to make, because everything's at a weird stage at the moment. So I'm going to open. I've looked inside the box once. This RS Models Booker Youngman.
Yeah.
I don't know how good it is. I've made one RS Models plane, and I'm rubbish with biplanes. They usually end up with a strut breaking. So as a backup, on the theme from last time of things that have been sitting around for about a decade, I've got that partially made with other instructions in the box for some reason. So I thought, yeah, exactly. I thought I would pick up with this fantastic Airfix new tool at the time, Douglas Dakota. I don't even know what color I'm doing it in. This is how much I'm winging it. That's why I stopped doing it. That and lack of space.
Just gonna say that there was a pretty good tooling, wasn't it, for Airfix? It's like the start of the change when they started to, produce. To be fair, I'm going to put this down now. After the which one did I get this week? The Buccaneer and the Meteor have got different plastic, and I think if they released some of the kits like you've got there, the Douglas Dakota there, and the Hawks in this new plastic, I think it will be a better. I think it will turn really good.
The stuff that they did the Buccaneer with is the stuff the Meteor is, apparently.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah.
This kit is 2014. I got this version of it. Is the first ever order I made from the Airfix website, which would have been about 2015. because
Yeah.
this was about £12 or something ridiculous for the size of it.
12 quid that was it?
Something like that. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
But I never got around to
Fair
finishing.
enough. Fair enough. It's you know, I think that, you know, a lot of these kits that people moaned at, when they re-release them in this new plastic, I think it's a game changer for me. Just the sound of the Meteor, it's like quite a tinny sort of sound to it, and it does feel nice in the hand. Same with the Buccaneer, and I'm just hoping that now they've moved on to, because the new Spitfire 124 scale is being produced in the UK. I'm hoping they'll use the same plastic there as well. But who knows? You know, it depends what they can get hold of. So, just quickly, who's just snuck in? We've got Hamish has just snuck in again, I think. Is he back in with his camera? There he is. You got your camera working then, Hamish, yeah?
No, it's just my phone. I couldn't work it out. It was really annoying me, so I thought, you know what? Give it a break, do it another day.
That's right, use a phone, it's all right. What's on your workbench, mate?
It's the 144 scale Polka Hunter from Rebel.
Oh, I've done that one in 1 to 144 scale.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Talking about 1 to 144 scale, did you all see the announcement today from Hornby? They've now releasing a new gauge, but it's not a new gauge as such. Apparently, it's been around. It's been around for a while. So let me just.
Is it just new to them? Is it?
It's not. It's a weird thing. I just put the press release up on the screen now. Hopefully, you can see that. So basically, they're introducing this new tool thing called gauge called TT120, but apparently it's been out before, and the likes of Pico have got a range of it at the moment. Now, I'm actually finding it quite interesting because if you actually look at the scale, OO gauge is 176, yeah, and N gauge is 1 to 148 scale. And they're going a little bit in between with a 120 scale. So that's like us doing a 172, because you're a 1 to 172 plane, a 1 to 144 scale plane, and then they've got one just in the middle, which I would assume would be like a 110 sort of scale. And I know that Tamiya do a 1 to 100 scale plane, don't they?
Revell as well, right?
Yeah.
From the era of making kits as big as your box was, rather than the other way around.
Yeah. So it could be. I don't know. I just thought it was an interesting sort of step with them, like, you know, that they've gone, because apparently TT stands for tabletop. So it means the idea is that N-gauge is a little bit too small to do electrics with or something. And they've gone for this 120 scale where you can, you know, it's not so hard to put mechanics inside it. What's your thoughts, anyone? I don't know if any of you are train guys. I'm a Hornby whore, because over the years I've had everything. I've had the railway, I've had the scale electrics, I've had the Meccano. You know, I've even had the Weebles when they don't fall down, which is Airfix as well, remember? So I've had the Hornby, you know, I've collected Corgi cars and stuff when I was a kid and Matchbox cars. So, you know, to me, I had OO gauge, but all I had was a circle. That's all I had. I didn't have anything special. I just had a circle when I was a kid. An N gauge was just I always thought N gauge was expensive for what it was. But maybe this is the future. And, you know, do any of you do trains? What about you?
I have done.
You have done, haven't you? Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Fun enough, actually, yesterday, ripped it out, ready for the move, and burnt it.
Did you?
Well, the stuff I couldn't take, it was I got everything out of it on it. I needed and could, like, track and buildings and whatever. I mean, I hadn't done over that much. I only done like one section of it. But that was N-gauge. And see, I do agree that the N-gauge is quite expensive. It's very similar to pretty much 00 scale in price, especially for the engines anyway. everything else wasn't too bad, but there is some stuff. Some of the stuff was a bit overpriced, like it says what you're actually going to get out of it. But the thing is that the attraction with Engage was the fact that you can do a lot more with it in a smaller space. So with a double O, you need a massive area. You know, if you want to do like a full circular, you know, massive diorama, if you want. But with Engage, you don't actually need a lot of room for it, and you can do quite a lot with it at the same time.
I had a friend who had a bunk bed, and his bed was on. This is when I was a child, obviously, and he slept on the top bunk, and on the bottom bunk he had a piece of 8x4 sheet, plywood, and had a very small Engage on top of that. But yeah, it's right. I'm just looking through the comments, just saying hello to everyone at the moment. So we, like Alex said, Dan, the usuals, Jeff, Plastic Alchemist is in, Dominic's in, To Boldly Go. We said Dan Irwin is also from the Netherlands. Nice to see my friend Mark Luke. To Boldly Go said Taggers is in. Just going down through quickly to make sure I've said hello to everybody who is talking in the chat. GMD Hanala, nice to see you, my friend. I think he's a newbie. He's going down through. David JM's in the chat. Fred at Wilby Castle Railway. Thought I'd drop in and see what you get up to. Nice to see you, my friend. Everyone else, if I've missed you, sorry about that. But going on to the pricing, somebody put in the comment, which I thought was interesting, on the actual release on the YouTube channel, that they said no wonder Hornby put their prices up on the O gauge. Because these pricings for the TT120 is like the old Hornby pricing for O gauge. I thought that was quite
you're looking at just shy of 150 quid for a large locomotive, which is not bad by today's standards, but of course it's not anywhere near as big as Double O.
Yeah,
it's still quite. And the carriages are similar. They're sort of £33, which about what you'd pay for Engage.
Yeah,
easy. That was the thing, because it's really expensive for stock.
Yeah. Would anyone like a pointless captain history lesson? I seem to throw these out every stream.
Always.
I love it, mate. I'm only here for them, and I'm only here for them and the band. That's what I'm here
for.
Away. So, God, already.
Yeah, I know. Hey, I've only just started my first pint, so. TT gauge was from the late 1950s, back when Double O was, well, it was wrong in itself. Double O is not historically accurate or dimensionally accurate. The track is too narrow for the size of the locos, and that's just because engineering-wise, it was a little bit difficult to fit everything in. N-gauge was considered better for space because it's so small. However, engineering-wise, it is bloody difficult to get anything that looks realistic. That's sort of fine, especially the track. So TT was introduced as a scale accurate, as in track gauge relative to loco gauge, intermediate one where you can fit in a reasonable length of train on a reasonably small space, and you could make it fairly good, better than N, but not quite as accurate as Double O. So that's where it came from, and ultimately it lost. It some people liked it, some people still like it, but nobody really made it for much longer than a few years after the 50s. And then Pico announced that they were going to bring it back. It was either this year or last year, and a couple of others have jumped on that bandwagon. Pico sort of did it on the assumption that people would join in, and clearly they were right.
He said that somebody was doing it and then they just stopped overnight, and that was it. They never saw it again. I heard that he was saying.
Yeah.
But then Matt from Model Minutes in the Discord group was saying that actually the track from Hornby isn't as good a quality as the TT that's been announced by Pico. Is it like a 050 and Pico's is a 080 or something? Don't get me wrong, I don't understand it all, because I did have
It's essentially the depth of the rail, so from the top where the wheel would be down to the sleepers. Hornby stuff for Double O is quite thick and it's unrealistic, but I think everyone's so used to it that it looks wrong when you try and do something more realistic. So the TT stuff will look better relative to the trains, sort of, maybe.
I think Pico's always done. I thought was always done quite a good job with the scaling of the track in
Yeah,
detail.
I have a model
myself, but you know, that's.
I have a temporary model railway upstairs just on some planks that I put down, and I use Pico Track because it is just better.
It wasn't that long ago that Airfix was bringing out trains for 00 gauge anyway, wasn't it? Back in the day, you could build. That was the beauty of Airfix, because if you wanted to build your own carriages and your own train, i.e., there was no power in these trains. You just, I think I've got one somewhere here. I've got the Harrow. Crumbs, I've just seen it in my stash. Hang on. I've got the Harrow here.
Yeah, they weren't that bad.
Yeah. I'm not suggesting that that they will do this. Airfix will do this because there seems to be a bit of a disconnect between all the companies. But it could be in the you used to buy this sort of stuff to do your own. To do your own trains, didn't you, and build your own locos and stuff.
They were designed to be able to be pushed around by. You could run like a double header, for example.
But the downfall was they never came with the metal wheels, because no matter what you ask anyone, if you have you want metal wheels, don't you? So unless you bought an upgrade for these, this was part built anyway, because I think I got it in a stash when I bought a load of kits, but I just thought the idea of going down this route was quite interesting. And it just shows you that there is money in Hornby, because they are investing in a lot of it. A lot of what's happening with scale. It's an exciting time for Hornby hobbies throughout the whole firm, isn't it? Look at the developments we're having with Airfix in the past 3 years. Look at what's happening with Scale Electric. They've got Star Wars now, haven't they, in their range? Yeah. So. But like Jeff72 said in the chat, do we really need another scale? Well, as Simon, it's for keeps, said on the thing, was that he looks in the next 5 years, because if you think about it, there's not much you can add to 00 gauge now, is there? Because they've built everything, haven't they? There's no new trains that they can put on there, can there? They've almost exhausted the back catalogue of. And it's become like this with Airfix as well, isn't it? There's not that many new planes. When's the latest jet fighter to be released? You know what I mean? As in real world terms. And it's the same with railways, isn't it? The idea, kind of, I think they've overdone it. If you see what I mean. And what do Airfix do? We just add an extra new scheme and new colours, and add a few bombs or something to a kit, a few extra new parts.
Yeah, hey.
But as I said, it's definitely something to think about. I just think it's an exciting time, because you definitely can see that there's been investment being made throughout the whole Hornby hobby company.
I think it's brave. I think it's a very brave move.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see. As a price comparison, as of the Hornby website right now, you can buy the Flying Scotsman in TT gauge, or pre-order it, so it will probably double in price. Flying Scotsman with, I think it's 3 coaches, $215.99, or the same thing in 00 for $250.
And you can join the club for free, and get 15% off. So at 200 quid, you're going to get 30 quid knocked off before you even start, aren't you? At 15% off a £215 kit. You think about it.
Then all you need is all of the track and accessories and anything else that you want to buy.
Yeah,
that's always what you need. It's never only the kit. Come on.
Come on. Hey, that's right. Yeah, you need your paints, you need your resin, you need your 3D parts. It's
you need your washes, you need your tracks, you need your housing, other stuff around it.
You need your wife not to find out that you bought all this stuff.
Well, TT would be easier to hide than 00.
It would be, yeah, definitely.
I love the
mattress, right?
Thought.
Under the mattress.
Honestly, we've lived here 6 years, and she still doesn't know that there's actually a second bedroom.
Behind the closet, right?
Are you a train buff, Lexi, or Are you just into your scale modeling?
I've had a very, very standard kit, but room's always been an issue for me. I live in like a tiny little house, so the scale this is at is actually relatively appealing compared to the standard scaling, and it's like we said earlier, it's a very brave move.
It is very brave.
But
I don't.
How everything is at the moment.
Well, I thought that as well, but at the end of the chat, Pico popped in at the end of the release announcement video in the chat, congratulated Airfix for bringing this out.
Of course they did. It validates them.
It validates them, but also I think they've been talking to each other. Simon knows everyone, doesn't he? I think they've been talking, and they said, "Oh, we're going to do this," and they think that's a good idea. But Airfix, instead of just going out with saying we're going to be doing this and then saying nothing, and then waiting for 3 years for it to come out, they've actually waited until they got all the product and everything, all researched, designed, almost ready to come out the factory in India or China, wherever to get it from, to go full bam. And I got the impression it's 3 months, isn't it? 3 months time, you'll get these kits for your door, on your door. So I guess it's a brave move. I think it's a good, my first thought was it would be great to have it on the dining room table and just have it for the salt and pepper pots, just have a little tray, and if you want the salt and pepper, go up and down the dining room table with that, do you want the sauce? Yeah.
I'd personally rather just have N-gauge where you can fit more and there's more variety currently available rather than potentially available in the future.
Potential is a good word to put, actually, mate. I'll give you that. That is because remember, this is only available online. You can't even go to the shop and see what you're buying. It's all online. So before they say this is going to open up new markets, I tell you what, it's a really big pull to get somebody to drop an OO gauge or an N gauge to move into something different, because it's going to mean a lot of layout, a lot of payment out, a lot of dollar to get you into a position where you can have to have a decent layout, so yeah, it's interesting. It's but 5 years down the line, it could pay off. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. So
But
how many kits are they going to have?
There's 3 sets, isn't there, so far?
Okay, 3.
For those of us that don't know, what scale aircraft does the whatever TT gauge line up with?
120, right?
Yeah. Kind of nothing.
So basically, OO gauge is 176. And then N gauge is 1 to 148, and this one is in about the 120. So if you're going by those sort of margins, I'm assuming it's like 110. 1 to 110, 1 to 100, and 1 to 100, which is a scale that Tamiya dips in and Revel dips in the 1 to 100 scale, especially for the But who knows what the future will like, But like I said, I don't think they're going to be partnering up with the other brands, because there seems to be a bit of a disconnect between them. We found out from Dale when I asked him about, why 1 to 43 scale for the starter kits. Is it because of Corgi doing that range? The Vanguard is a 143 scale. He said, look, no, we don't even share CAD details with each other. So it's quite a statement to put, isn't it? So. But yeah, so we look on in the chat. People are just saying hi to us. Jeff72 said, surely they've tested the market for it. Well, how can they test the market, Jeff, if they're only doing it online? They haven't. They've kept it quiet. And the likes of Pico and I presume, is it Lima? Are they still around?
Lima are owned by Hornby.
Lima are owned by Hornby, aren't they? That's right.
I think is it at Hellian, the Danish firm?
Yeah. It depends who else is doing the TT scale, but it looks like Pico have gone in with it. And what's the other? Is it Bachmann? Have they got a TT scale range or not? No.
Double O and
and N and various other American and European stuff.
Tiger's just read 00 being 176 where Airfix older military vehicle kits are also 1:76 scale. That is correct. And also they did, but they did box them up. But they did box them up as 172 as well. When it came to the Humbrol and the Hella range, it was all 1:72, wasn't it?
The Matilda is almost
and also Airfix
on the middle. 174th in the Matilda.
Yeah,
that's the Matilda. Yeah. So, but by discussion tonight, I'm going to talk. We've got over the train bit now. Tools on your workbench. Kind of surprised me, gentlemen. What tool on your workbench is something you can't live without when you're doing modeling?
Myself.
I'm not saying your knife and you know. What's the one tool that you use quite a lot in scale modeling that you know? So what's that in your hand then, Rorex? What's that? Is that a paintbrush?
That's a paintbrush.
Oh, it's a hairy stick. We don't want to know that. That's a good tool.
Of course.
Do you use a particular brand of paintbrush, or you just use anything that goes for your paintbrushes?
Well, I got a lot, and anything goes, but I got specific favorites for specific stuff that I.
Oh yeah.
It's yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
So it's more pick and choose for stuff, like for small stuff and a very small one, and for big stuff a bigger one, of course. But it's yeah, I like the flat ones more than the round ones for wings and stuff like that.
I love the flat brushes. You know, I think my favorite Humbrol paintbrush is the flat brushes they do. I'm going to see it on my screen in a minute. Oh, hang on, I've lost my computer now. Where's it gone? There you go. It's firing up again. There we go. I just lost my computer there for a minute. Are these ones here? I think these are fantastic for flat brushes. And I use them for everything. I use them for putting paint into my airbrush as well. But for a hairy stick, this is the 5mm one. I think they go one bigger as well. But these flat brushes are phenomenal for doing flat surfaces with. It's a brilliant brush. So, Matt's just popped in for Model Minutes. He says, "Have you discussed the Hornby TT yet?" we just spent 20 minutes on it, Matt. If you want to go back, you can just listen to it. Give you a reason to.
We've all just pre-ordered it. That was the end of the discussion.
So it's sold out, so he can't buy it anymore.
Lexi, what sort of tool do you use apart from your nails? Because they're pretty long, aren't they? Those nails, they're pretty smart. Actually, do you get them done daily, or is it a weekly thing?
Every 3 weeks.
Every 3 weeks. You've gone for Halloweeny ones this time, have you?
Yeah.
What's one of your favorite tools in the box then, or when you do scale modeling? Is there any particular tool you like? Oh, your tweezers.
I mean, they're a necessity for me at this point.
Are they bevel edge ones? Or are they just straight?
I have 3 sets.
3 sets. Yeah.
I can only find one right now, but I have the standard ones to push closed, and then the reverse that you push to open. For holding longer, and also I always like using silicone tools as well for pushing and putty as well.
Silicone brushes are apparently really good for when you're doing decals with. I never thought of using them for decals, and I have bought a set from I think it was the Works. For use, they on my screen now. Just put them on my screen now. Apparently, these are brilliant for doing your decals with, because it push. You can push them right into the grooves and that into the panel lines and stuff. So I bought a set of them for £3 just to try them out. But yeah, use them for model filling. It's a filling and everything's quite good.
It's also really useful on if you're doing resin kits to because you're obviously dealing with epoxy or super glue.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to use that, move the glue around or push pieces into it using a silicone brush rather than even using either your hands or tweezers, I found.
Fair play to you. Right, Tam, what's your favourite tool on the workbench? There ain't no Citadel clips because they're bollocks. They are.
Yeah, no, definitely not them. But are we allowed to include products as well?
Yeah,
as tools?
products, or
Well,
tools.
I'm going to go for the thing that was an absolute game changer for me, and that is Tamiya extra thin cement, because I cannot live without this right now. And it absolutely changed. I mean, before, and I've said this before in a lot of my videos, right? Before I found Tamiya extra thin cement, I always had like fingerprints all over the modeling glue, and putting the canopy on was problematic at best because the canopy in 76 scale would get filled up with glue, and then you just end up with a big gluey bubble. I mean, I am talking like when I was 10, by the way, just so you know. But and then I found that a few years back, and I was just like, it absolutely was a game changer. So
I always put it down to I've always put it down to with glue. See, as I said, we're using the tube glue, tough paste glue. It's been a dire, and then I came across this stuff with Revel and with the what's it called, the contactor, having it on having a spout and getting it. And I still prefer, in one sense, if I'm doing cockpit and bits and pieces where there's an edge to line, I'll always use a spout, one of these. I love this glue, by the way, from Humbrol. But when it comes to joining two surfaces together, you just want to use capillary action. Yeah, lick that Tamiya extra thin was a game changer for everyone, I think.
Absolutely,
involved. But it's been back in the day, we had this stuff. This is what we had back in the day before Tamiya extra thin. When I was doing railway and stuff when I was a youngster, it was this stuff here. Liquid poly. I think this bottle has got to be over 25-year-old now because I can still smell it. Yeah. This was the stuff we used to use. Do anybody remember this? Boutonneau?
No. I mean, I only ever used myself the Humbrol poly tubes in the big old yellow tubes, the stuff that you get now in the starter sets. But obviously they were bigger tubes, and that means there was more room for making mistakes, obviously, because butterfingers.
I use that stuff in the lab, Boutonneau, but for other reasons than for modeling.
Fair enough. Sully, what's your favourite tool? Go on. You've got quite a few.
I don't know. I was thinking this on the way home, and all I could think was mostly products. But to be fair, I don't know if this really counts, really. But the internet, for me, I use it all the time.
That's really good. I mean? That's a great
honestly,
answer.
Because as you stated, I was a weathering whore, proud of it. I have to research everything.
It's weathering slapper, actually.
Oh, is it that sort of? Oh, okay, fine. Whichever.
Because you slap it on everything.
Yeah.
I do not slap it on. I delicately put it on things. Thank you very much. But I do. I research everything. Everything's good because I want to make sure what I'm doing is right. I know that doesn't really matter. But that's the way I like it. I like to make things look right, and so I think because otherwise it literally would be any form of weathering product. Otherwise, because that's I just can't live without it myself. I can't. Otherwise, I can't really think of any actual tools I actually like using. Apart from a razor saw, I enjoy using a razor saw.
Yeah,
I love my little razor saw. It's cracking.
Razor saws, Matt came round. Matt from Modern Minutes visited me yesterday on his way to work. Like he was going back up north, and he had a look because I've got these from Hobby Tools, Master Tools, trumpeter range.
Oh yeah.
And I've got the razor saw kit here, which is basically photo etch, isn't it? And they give you so it's basically that. And I haven't, I'm going to do a video on it because I've bought them. I'm getting into Master Tool stuff. All
they're quite good to be fair. I've used them a few times.
I got that. What's it called? The those crappy. It was all made from tooling, isn't it? The what are they called? The like a alligator clip. The stand. I did a video on it. Yeah,
not the helping hand.
This was, this one here. It is crap. Yeah, it pull up goes hard, push down it goes soft. Story of every man's life. But, because they stay in position, but as soon as you push down, they go floppy. But you got to pull them up just slightly, and they catch in. But they're good for what for what it is. But yeah,
I zoned out for the wrong moment.
Yeah,
but it has a really good personality there.
Yeah.
Problems with his flappy bits.
In the chat, Celtic
Always
West said I use a 1, 2, 3 engineers blocks on many different models. I've seen these blocks as well.
I'd love to get some of those. I'd love to get some.
Yeah, I think he's stolen from his old job. Is that right, Celtic? Or did you buy him? So yeah, what's this then? I've just got a set of them. They are good. What's that, Jeff? Oh, I'm thinking you're talking about the silicone brushes. Sandy Flosser just arrived into the chat. Bostik, Jeff puts. Bostik, Yoo-hoo glue is a good product.
That's a good shout.
Yeah. Toothpicks are underrated, most definitely. What about yours then, Captain? What's your favourite tool in your arsenal? What's your favourite tool?
Probably being a copycat, tweezers. I mean, these flat ones are just perfect. I use them for practically everything.
What make are they? Are these ones? Are they like the Pixnol ones that I've got?
Amazon's finest. I don't remember.
Well, Amazon's finest. Yeah, they're same as mine. Yeah.
It says ESD 34A on it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's electrostatic discharge ESD, so they don't have electrostatic. So
these ones are fantastic, and I use them in conjunction. Let me just demonstrate on this cockpit in conjunction with my other favourite tool. This is a fairly cheap example that I have of the Revel clamp.
Yes,
there you go. Done.
I've got the poor man's version of the Revel clamp ones. Because I tell you why they're poor, right? Hang on, these are my thing. I'll put them away. Right now, these ones here are Revel, okay, and it's these ones here. Hang on, is that the one? Hang on, yeah, and these ones are poor man, and you cannot tell the difference, right? Apart from one thing, these are softer, right? So they got like a soft edge, so they look like a rubber, which are the Revel ones, and these ones are like really hard plastic, and they're so shiny that they slip off everything. So you put them on something circular, and they just slip off. But the Revel ones, because they're a bit softer, they tend to stick. They tend to stick on the actual thing. So that's the difference between them.
They feel fairly soft to me.
Yeah, who's airbrushing?
Not me.
Yeah. Who's airbrushing?
Not me.
It's Tam, I think. Tam.
It's Tam. I'll just mute Tam a minute.
What?
When you airbrush, just mute yourself, all right? Because it.
I ain't done nothing, Governor.
Hamish, what's your favourite tool?
I mean, a minute ago I was going to say Google Translate. Because I was looking at my Tamiya waterline ship while I was waiting for paint to dry on this, and I didn't see the British instructions on the bottom. I only saw the Japanese ones on top. So I couldn't see anything. Read it. I was like, hang on, oh dear, this isn't going to go very well. But
translate.
I actually like my ring light.
Yeah, good
It's
shout,
honestly.
that.
It's
I
like
a decent light.
It's really bright. It's really good. Literally the best bit of kit I have, to be honest.
The latest trend are these arch lamps, isn't it? You know, I've seen a lot of people print them with resin. I know Bulldog Models, Chris, good friend of mine, he's created an arch lamp that goes over the top, and you can put your own LEDs in. But to be fair, for my take, I've just got. I don't know if I can show you. When I do mine, if you can see it there, if I turn it up, I've got a soft box, but the actual lights are like a triple. They're my lights. They're like triple LED things. Got them from China in the end for about 50, 60 quid for the pair. And I put a soft box around one and then keep the other one without a soft box because it's behind me, sort of like, but it really does lighten up my my workbench. So, but yeah, right. So my tool is the airbrush. My favorite tool. I love an airbrush. In fact, I was watching the Interesting Model Company last night, and Jonathan Mock, who designs the decals for Airfix, has got one of these Fender airbrushes.
Oh yeah, I've got one.
They reckon for 25 quid, they're good as better than the Neo or the Harder and Steenbeck Ultra.
Got that good for the price. I paid 65 quid for one.
Yeah, this one here, Fender Airbrush FE183. This was 25 quid. I ordered it. I think I ordered it this morning, and I got it about an hour ago on Amazon. So this is going to be something I'm going to have a look at. The reason is because I want a 4mm. I want a bigger needle because at the moment I'm running a 1.5 through my Ultra. I'm sure it's 1.5 in here. We worked out it's 1.5, and through my Infinity, I'm running a 2. So I wanted a 4, and this one comes with 3 sets of needles, I think. So yeah, gravity fed, but I want to try this one out and see what it's like. But for 25 quid, I think that's quite cheap, isn't it?
Yeah. So this is the one I got because I got. Oh, who is it? They'll come to it a bit. I've forgotten his name off the top of my head. MM Scale Modeler. That was it.
Yeah.
Because he uses. For the life of me, I can't remember which one it is. But this one's got a 0.2, and it's a great airbrush. It's a got to one. It's needed before you go clean it out. But the one I've just recently bought a new one. I'll just quickly get it. And this one is just an unbranded one. Cost price, not Voilamart. Voilamart. I don't know what that is, but it's just a cheap. Got off eBay for 20 quid. And the one I had before this was also again the same 20 quid. And it was brilliant until I got the crap out of it. But I was using an old needle in it. That one has got 0.3.
Fair enough. Well, so I just wanted to try it and see, but you know, if I comes in a nice case. So look, it comes with everything you need basically. So at the moment, it must. Oh, it's got a 0.3, a 0.8 needle. Frig.
No,
that's a 0.8. So it goes a 0.3 and 0.8. Hella. That's some chunk, innit?
I think I might have to get one.
Let's have a look at the needle. Come on, I don't stand myself. Hella, that's some. See, I want to know how you measure these out. How you measure these needles out. You know, how do you know that's a 0.8?
You asked it very nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope you answered.
Is it not? Is it on that?
Is
it not on that line?
You can measure it, right?
Can you measure them?
Yeah, with where do I have it?
Oh, veneers. I've got a set here. I think I had a set here somewhere. I did have. I don't know what I've done with them.
Thing like this.
The calipers.
I don't know what's the name in English.
What's the name in English? Hang on, let's have a look.
Look.
I can't see your screen.
Yeah, I got it. I got it in front of my screen.
Oh yeah, I've got a set here. Yeah, these
you can measure it. Yeah, and you can measure it, and if the but I think it's the middle of the needle, so I don't know for sure if you can measure it. Then
you certainly could do it with very, very, very small calipers designed for measuring very, very small things.
Well, I'd
Yeah,
imagine
he
same
probably will have them, right?
I know that sounds obvious, but I'm saying it anyway. I don't care.
Yeah,
No, I understand what you're saying.
you
It
should be
makes sense.
right.
Well,
I've made it. I've made it half an hour in, and already the instructions are referring to a piece that doesn't exist.
Hey!
That's wise.
Bugger. My battery's dead. What is that one that in there? It's,
Well, that's not ideal.
it's no good. Well, I'll have to look into that then and see. But yeah, so you've got in 3 different needles in here. I think what's in it is a 0.15 in this one. Just have a look at it. Looks all right, doesn't it? To be fair.
Is it the size that nods on the labels on the tubes?
Say that again, sorry.
Isn't the size on the labels on them tubes to tell you what?
Yeah, it's on the tubes, yeah. But what I mean is that if I don't know what's the one that's in it, if you know what I mean. There's the instructions. Let's take them out.
Oh, well, crap.
Are you satisfied? I bet ask the missus. If not, follow the instructions noted on the back by a company called EuropeanEuropean.com.
I don't think anyone's satisfied if you have to use
calipers. It says here MM Netherlands, NEDR Netherlands. So it must be a Netherlands company. Netherlands. So
I deny everything.
you have a complaint. It's very simple. Contact us by phone. So, and there's your operation, maintenance. Empty the paint cup, wash with water or solvent after each use. So that's really all the instructions you get. So I don't know what the size of the needle is inside.
Wasn't it on the tube?
No, because you've got 3.
Lava?
You've got 1 inside. So you've got 0.8 mil nozzle in that one. That's 0.8.
Just
and
email
then
the
you've
company.
got a 0.3 in that one. Which needs to be a double up.
The smallest one.
Yeah, so it must be. But what is the smallest one? Let's have a look online, wouldn't I? Let me go back onto Amazon and find out.
Is there nothing on the needle?
No,
like nothing small number.
It's not like Harder and Steenbeck where you got the little notches, haven't you? Classic Monkey says I think it's 0.2. So you got 0.2 and 0.3. And you've got, which isn't what I wanted. I wanted a 0.4. I'm sure it says 0.4 on the right orders. And let's have a look, shall we? Yeah, it says here 0.3, 0.5, 0.8. So I must have a 0.5 in the actual thing then. Must be 0.5. Ella. Well, at least this way now, I can actually see how you measure up. I don't think they're PTFE ones, though, are they? I think the old rings are just normal rubber, rings. It doesn't say. I was like, you want PTFE, don't you? Because I use a lot of lacquers, so yeah, it's got the stop at the back as well. So if you don't want to pull too hard on your thing, so you got just screw that a minute.
Strange naming. Come on.
Sorry. So that.
He's making it 18 plus.
I need to get another attachment.
It's another attachment. Okay.
You're all rude here. You're all rude. Right, let's get a fresh mail bit, shall we? To put on here. So there we go. I've got me.
I'm just making it. I'm making a booker. You're making it rude.
Yeah. So we just switch that on there like so. Get it nice and tight.
I need to nip upstairs to get another plane, and I'm going to demonstrate how ridiculously small this plane is. Be back very shortly.
Okay, mate.
Yeah, 1 turret down, 6 more to go.
Slight issue with the. Does that just need a clean? Can you hear that? Watch. It's not the best trigger.
Is it still? Is it letting air out still?
Yeah. So when you press down, you gotta. It's not. If you press down, listen. I don't think you can hear this. Press down. It's still letting air out. You gotta push up. So pull down. It's not
I've had that before,
disengaging.
but
I wonder how that could be rectified. Seems to be a little bit sticky.
Use a hairy stick.
it could. It could. I think it could be a connector. There's a connector on it.
This one here.
On the actual airbrush for what one.
No, it's. I've just
unscrew it.
Unscrew it, yeah.
No, we still do. Oh.
Let's have a look, shall we?
Yeah, sorry. No, I was going to say.
Have you put in all the O-rings and stuff like that?
There is no other O-ring, or maybe it's a connector. Actually.
In the inside.
There is no O-rings.
So. There go, man.
Time to make a noise with airbrushing.
There you go.
And
right,
you were complaining about them.
That's all right. Yeah, actually, if I screw it right up, yeah, it affects it. If I unscrew it a little bit, oh, that's better. So it could be that connector then. Yeah, that's a good shout, that is, mate. Thank you. So yeah,
Change it for because I always my connectors are different to the ones that come with airbrush, so I just take those ones off and use the ones that I've been previously using. It may be that, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. What I'll do is I'll get some PTFE tape, plumber's tape fixes everything, wrap it around the threads, and then just do it enough. Because I haven't got it dead tight, I've only got it a little bit tight. But yeah, it seems to be working quite good. Nice constant airflow coming from it. So yeah. And I've got 2 sizes of cups. So you've got your 3mm cup, and you've got your your 5mm that's nozzle, sorry. You've got your 2.5, and then you've got which is this one, 2.5. Sorry, you got a 2, sorry, and then a 5. Then you've got a 13. Bloody hell. That's when you do like the 1:48 scale Buccaneers, isn't it? And stuff like that. That's a hell of a. That must hold a whole jar of Tamiya, won't it? That will hold a full jar of Tamiya. That will. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll put a link in the description. Can you see the Adam Bates switch? Let's have a look. Bit of WD-40. Adjust the valve on the inlet. Yeah, I've done that. Yeah. You never need to pull too hard on your thing. It come off in your hand. What was the advice? What was the advice there, Jeff? That was sage advice. That Moz. What advice was that? I didn't get. Well, I missed that. I was busy looking at my new airbrush, new toy. Yeah.
Someone grinding pepper.
I think somebody is.
Doing the upper tanks of the lightning. They're very crude.
Yeah. Is Adam all right? Because apparently he can't use the chat. If you go on to live chat, it will bring up all the messages. Lord Gary MBE, yes, I did find the instructions for the Land Rover. Thank you very much. I appreciate everyone's help with that one. So yeah.
Are you going to put those on scale mates in case anyone else doesn't have them?
What's that? Sorry.
The instructions.
I am going to at some point. Yeah. I am going to put them on, but mind you, there's not the best copy. It wouldn't work on scale mates, I think, because it's basically a photograph of somebody with the instructions on.
Yeah, you can do it. I've done it.
Of eBay, yeah.
And I found instructions of something else, which was also a copy, and it helped me a lot. I think it was the Matchbox Stuka.
I mean, sometimes anything's better than nothing, isn't it?
It is, definitely. Exactly, yeah. It definitely.
Can I show off to you all how small my thing is?
How small your thing is? It's the thingy, is it?
So this is the fuselage without the engine and the top wing. So if you take the top wing, that's a Tiger Moth.
Ella, what size is that?
72nd.
And what plane is it?
It's the Booker 131 Jungmann. It's sort of a German equivalent. It's wing. It's tiny.
Tiny thing.
This is not even the smallest. There is a Jungmeister, which is a monoplane version, and that's even smaller.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Anyway, carry on.
in my stash taggers, I have a 1:100 scale Vulcan by, I think it was Dragon. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's Dragon in my stash. I'll tell you what, next chat I'll bring it, because I think it's only it's a smaller. It's basically it's 2 hours. You just stick together and put a canopy on top. But yeah, I've seen that one. Big needles are stubbier than smaller ones if they all protrude to the same amount when matched with the right nozzle. Okay. Right, okay. Big needles are stubbier than smaller ones. It's so that all protrude the same amount when matched to the right nozzle. Okay. So it's not really about the width of the needle then itself. Fucking hell, lad. Size matters, alright? Size matters.
It's the girth, not the length.
I agree with that completely.
Hey, what are you saying? Got a couple of mushrooms in the house. You know what I mean? It's about the girth, alright? It's about the girth. Yeah, it was a weird one. It was, I'm sure it was. I'll have to look at scale mates, but anyway, so this is my new airbrush. I'm going to have a little play with. Oh. I'm going to have to look at this at some point and see how well we get on with it. That's tight. Right. Coolio. Nice little, nice. I say I'll put the link in the chat. So if anyone thinks they need to buy one, there's a link to this airbrush in the chat. That's the link there in the chat for that airbrush if anybody wants to have a look at it now. But for 25 quid, I don't think they look too bad, to be honest. I think that's pretty good, to be fair. Yeah. So that's my favourite tool anyway, is the airbrush and the compressor that goes with it. You can't have an airbrush without the compressor.
Well, I mean, you can. It's just not going to do much, is it?
No. You could probably blow with your mouth.
Can't imagine that would do very much.
Thank you, Fred at Wilbury Castle Railway. I have an abundance of tiger moths upstairs, and this was the first one that I picked up, the red one.
Yeah, you like your tiger moths, don't you?
I had a problem, and the problem was solved by an abundance of tiger moths.
Fair play.
It's the same with them with 109s, right?
I was just about to say exactly the same thing. Yeah.
I currently have, I think, 11 tiger moths, not including DH60s and fox moths and other moths. But I only have 8 109s.
Wow.
I have 0 tiger moths, and
need to correct
about 16 current 109s in different variants.
I'll tell you what's really bad. I haven't got one.
I got one. I got a Tiger Moth. In my stash, though. But I'm going to make that one Dutch
at some point.
I'm going to get you
Might
one for
get one
Christmas,
at my-
Ollie.
I might get a Tiger Moth at the model show.
What's that,
Coming
sorry?
to my-
I said I'll get you a 109 for Christmas, mate. Don't worry.
Yeah, don't judge me, but I wanted
I
yellow,
love you.
red, green, blue, so black, so I bought them all.
Hey, listen. After you said the third color, I was fucking judging you.
Let's face it, when I joined, you were judging me.
I think we should have a pink Spitfire build because every model needs to have a pink Spitfire.
I got a pink Spitfire. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't have a pink Spitfire.
Me either yet, but I'm thinking of doing one. They were Mark 8s, weren't they? The pink ones.
There were.
They can be whatever you want them to be.
Yeah, those were the forerunner of the PRU, the photo ones.
Well, I have a book right next to me which has a really big picture of a pink Spitfire.
Do you know why they were pink though?
Because they used to send them out late evening at dusk.
Damn it, I was going to get there.
There's a Mark 1, a PR Mark 1G in pink in this book.
Oh, beautiful.
I love the idea of the concept of the pink Spitfire. It's such an interesting idea. But I don't know. Let's send them out at sunset, but how about we make it pink?
No, they were red and they just faded.
But do you know where the pink originally come from? Right,
it was for the dawn, right?
PR... No, it was after bombing raids. See, after the Germans had figured out, after we did a bombing raid, we'd send a recon spit in afterwards. They were always predominantly blue, so they stuck out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
So when you got a lot of fire, you got a lot of smoke, and the sky becomes pink. So they painted them pink, and they struggled to spot them afterwards. So that's why it was after bombing raids.
Pretty clever.
Too much really bad. I know too much information about spit. Flaminator.
Oh, mate, can't say that.
It's because they got an interesting history. There was a video I saw the other day about the engineering behind them. There's a video I saw the other day about the engineering behind them, and honestly, it was one of the most interesting videos I've watched. It was more interesting than the entire engineering course I did last year.
Sounds like
Learn more from it as well.
Mark Loop said in the chat, "It's not what you've got, it's what you can do with it." Looking forward to Moz playing with this. Steady on there, Mark. Dan says, like the idea of an airbrush, but don't like the faff of using an airbrush. Listen, you lads who use airbrush, right? Did you not think that way until you started using airbrush, and then you realise that cleaning it or just changing paint isn't a wank? Is it? It isn't as bad as you thought it was. Do you know what I mean?
No, it's still a faff.
I don't think it's a faff at all.
I mean, it used to be a faff till I got an ultrasonic cleaner. Now it's absolute joy.
I haven't cleared my airbrush out now for nearly 8 weeks. All I do, brush magic, blow it through, then IPA, blow it through, a little bit of IPA left in it if I'm not going to use it for another couple of days, and that's it. Because I think the IPA, just leaving it in the bottom there, after you spray it through, leaving that IPA in the bottom just breaks up anything that's any other residues gone for that IPA. Then you blow it through, in with the paint, boom again.
But my bucket, my airbrush, the paint bucket is covered in paint. Like there's so much paint in it because I can't clean it out properly. But I mean, it doesn't affect it. It's just like got a very colourful bucket.
As long as it's internal, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. The PR variants were they?
What I use regularly.
That's a Dan Asher. Booze and Amazon is a dangerous combination. Well, it was last night because I spent 250 quid on Amazon.
Sounds like me whenever I get paid.
Yeah. Yeah. Techman good. I've got 10 gnats, 10 hawks in the loft, and probably 9 hunters. Not saying that my dad wanted to build the red arrows and black arrows.
I bought my first ever Hawk. It arrived this week. No, last week, Thursday. It arrived with this. I understandably bought the Meteor, as I said I would, but it's the starter set version.
Yeah, it's not a bad kit, that starter set.
I will be streaming making that from start to finish, and when I open the box, I will be opening my first beer, and we'll see what comes by the end of it.
So what you do that on Twitch or on YouTube?
It'll be a Twitch stream. I might put the highlights on YouTube, which will probably be me shouting drunkenly, trying to put decals on.
Oh yeah, they're not pleasant.
I suppose I do that without beer, in fairness. So,
well,
true with tea.
Yeah. I thought I've been making kits using very primitive tools for years, hence things like this Tiger Moth. Therefore, I'd even it up a bit by being inebriated whilst doing it.
That's fair.
Combining two hobbies, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
There you go. Yes, Tiger just wrote, spoiler alert, from the latest review last Wednesday, the current aircraft mystery box kits are the Zero, the ME262, and the Warhawk. I'm going to have to buy that.
The 262 is about the same price as the box set. So you're basically buying a 262 and getting a free Warhawk and Zero.
Right, I'm showing the Airfix site now. Hang on, Airfix.
What's this, sorry?
The Airfix mystery bundle.
That 262, I've never built one of them.
I've got one in the stash. I've also built 2 Warhawks. And currently the fact that I've got 4 Hawks, they're all from mystery bundles as well. So expect lots of Warhawks and expect lots of Hawks at the moment if you buy mystery bundles.
I didn't get one.
Sorry, what comes in it?
Bundle.
What comes in it at the moment? 'Cause I might buy it. Even though I'm saving up for a car, but that's not the point.
Shite. I'm on Chrome. Chrome hasn't got my password to FX.
Did you see the competition they put on to win a Flyable Spitfire?
Yeah.
Yeah, I said, because Dale emailed me and said, have you done it yet? I said, hang on a fucking minute. Last year, according to my accountant, I spent 650 quid on Airfix tooling last year. I deserve to be on that fucking plane. Do you know what I mean? Go and buy another starter set. Fuck off. I've had all the starter sets you're bringing out this year anyway.
To be honest, if you save that 650 quid, you could probably buy yourself a flight in one.
No, they're $2,000, aren't they?
Yeah,
what plane?
What plane? I wouldn't like to imagine, to be honest. They're going to be a lot, though, aren't they? Because of the insurance, because of the age of the aircraft.
Oh, yeah.
Although you'll be surprised how good condition they're kept in. Like
that doesn't doubt me for a moment, but you know, it's the fact even the insurance without taking passengers up is going to be expensive, isn't it? Because they're old aircraft, and you know the bits for them have to be specifically made from scratch because spare parts are rare and few and far between, aren't they?
Stunning looking plane though. Right, flying. You can't beat it.
I have flown in the Catalina once.
You kind of want to know.
I am jealous of you. I think you've told me about this before.
We made 2 water landings with it. It was most awesome thing ever. And the airframe also had, I think, 2 kills of the U-boats on it.
Nice.
With the US Navy.
Right, apparently, if I buy this now, I get it for... What's the 22 quid? Take off my discount. I get it for 20 quid then. That's right. £20.69 so far. Buy another 9 quid to get free shipping. That's I'm paying $3.95 shipping. Maybe one more item to put in my basket.
Might as well just buy one of the new trains then, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, bundles. Hang on, let's have a look. What have they got? Aircraft. Review all. What have they got in stock then at the moment?
The amount of sub-assemblies on these ships is insane.
I think I'm going to save the grand it probably takes to set up buying all the bits for, to get the train running and just buy a grand's worth of model kits.
I've
That's
got, to buy a
better, I
start,
think.
I've got to buy the starter set, haven't I? Is it a starter set or a gift set, isn't it, to be in with in for a chance?
Oh, is that for the
Starter set
flights?
or gift set,
Yeah,
isn't it?
for
I think it's both.
Spitfire,
Yeah, and the more starter sets you purchase, the more entries you get into the competition, isn't it?
So there's no point getting the Concord gift
shit.
set there.
I might have to buy all the starter sets.
Mm.
That's what they want you to do.
Oh yeah, you're right. I won't bother.
No,
I will probably buy the Jag. Just because Jag.
I've got the Jag. I bought it before the bloody
Starter sets and
announcement
gift
came
set.
out.
Starter sets.
I might buy a couple of starter sets of Sandy Floss because
What's
she's
that
into a
starter
starter
set
sets at the moment.
Do the new TT starter sets count? They're only a couple £100. That'll be fine, right?
Yeah.
With the
At
rails,
that
right?
price, you should get about 50 entries.
Oh, do they go by price here? Popularity. Price low to high. Which is the cheapest starter set I could buy?
Probably the Hawk for £11.
No, the Spitfire Mark 5C is $11.99. Tell you what, I'll get the Firefly starter set. That's the new tooling, isn't it? The starter set Sherman Firefly is a new tooling.
Isn't that 2020?
It's close enough.
Yeah, that's close enough. I'll add that to the basket as well. Whoops, I just put in 10. No, I only want one. Right, order
You
one.
can make a whole platoon.
There you go. So I've ordered that.
You'd normally only have one Firefly on its own with other Shermans.
Yeah, the other 76 or the 105, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Let them have some fun. Come on.
No, fun is not allowed here.
Right, and so subtotal is £31 now because I got my Airfix discount. So I spent £34.98. I get a £3.50 discount, and I'm saving £3.95 shipping. So I got 3 standard deliveries. That's good. So this is cost me £34. Go to the checkout. Come on.
It's still not free.
There you
Royal
go.
Mail
So
strike.
yeah. Oh, Royal Mail strike. So yeah, I get free shipping on this one.
So what do you think's coming in the gift set? Sorry.
Messerschmitt 262, Warhawk, and a 0 apparently.
Well, that is a good lot actually. I might have to buy that.
Good deal. Well, I'm very happy with my Lightning that I got in mine last year.
Yeah, you got Lightning in yours, didn't you?
Very, very nice.
Yeah.
That is quite a big win, to be honest.
I've got a Lightning, a Mustang, and Spitfire Mark 5C.
Here we go.
What type of Lightning? P38 or?
No, the English Electric Lightning. The gift set.
I have to say, as much as I love like World War II warships, like the colour schemes, like the camouflage and stuff, I hate the amount of sub-assemblies they've got.
Confirm delete. I'm going to delete that payment card. That's the old one. Oh, I'm in a no-fly zone. You bastard. I'm in a no-fly zone. I got looks like I got an error code 404. Error code 404. Oh. The Firefly tracks, if anything like the Chromo starter set, there are some new tracks in it. Yeah, I think the tracks is what make it, mate. What have we got here then? Humbro 250 is a decent match, Dan Usher. Okay. On the news last week, someone made their own Flyable Spitfire. Yeah, apparently so. Maybe your 600 GP worth of flying hours will contribute towards it. Oh, yeah. You can't use flying hours online, though, can you? No, I forgot about that.
You just send him a telegram or something. Stupid.
Yeah. Like a check. You know, you've got to take a picture of the flying hours and send it up there. You know, like a check is now. Yeah. It's a pack of silk on your back is the expensive part, yeah. Spitfires are virtually brand new, CAA regulations. The newly restored ones are, some of the older ones are more original. I think I'll pick up the Red Arrow starter set. Does anyone else regret selling the Airfix model ships, boats? No, don't fucking do boats.
I'm building a boat.
You're building a boat, aren't you?
Yeah.
Pay now. I want to pay
Damn
now.
lost boats.
I've got to get me get me.
I once saw it must have been 350 scale, so a pretty big model of the Titanic. Very nicely made, but it was at the bottom of a pond.
Why is it there? Are you trying to recreate the film?
It's one of its special features.
It was in
Why
one
is the
piece.
Airfix light so slow? The Airfix light's really slow today.
Because everyone's buying the TT stuff on their Fister website.
So by me popping onto the Airfix website, I've cost Moz 34 quid. Yeah.
It probably cost me about the same as well.
I do think progress of redeeming Fly now has just been updating. Yeah. Well, it's like you used to get an Airfix club card with your model number on it, but they never put the model number anywhere. So, hang on, let me just card details. Just my card details. I want this 7378. I didn't put your postcode in. Put your postcode in. Go to pay today, pay securely, and then you get the Halifax logo come up saying, "Oh, you get a payment. You got to collect." Yes, going for it.
Are you sure you want to spend money on Airfix again?
Again?
Sod off, Frank. Sod off.
The accountant won't be happy. The good thing about getting kits online with Airfix is that it comes in a box, and that box, the wife picks it up and puts it in my room. No questions fucking asked. No questions asked.
How else do your parcels normally arrive? Delivered by a strippergram?
No, I'm just saying. Normally, if I go with a model, if I come home with a bag, she goes, "What's in the bag? What's in that fucking bag?"
Are you going to?
How much was it?
How much was it?
Why does she sound like a 70s comedian?
Speaking of model shows, are you going to Yeovil Model Show on this month, Moz?
Yes, me and Celtic West are going. Are you going, are you, mate?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, I'm working in the evening, but I'll pop in for a
out
bit.
with me then. Meet up with me when we're there. Come and shake my hand. I'll give you a zine or something while I'm there. I'll take some zines up with me and some patches and whatnot and stickers.
You can't miss Moz. He'll be the shady one handing out zines to people.
Yeah. Pieces of paper.
Yeah.
Here, mate. Do you want a zine?
You'll be measuring up bloody nozzle sizes to the people.
This is the bag I always.
Nozzle.
When I go to model shows, I always take this bag with me. I don't know if you can see it on the screen. I got this bag that I had made, which is like it was bought with it's like got all old patches on it and stuff and everything else. So that's my canvas bag, which I take with me everywhere. I need to get one of them removed and put my Moz Models patch on it, really, but I've not got around to doing it yet. But the bag cost me. I'm all ordered. £31.48. So not too bad. Yeah, I bought the bag for about 30 quid on eBay because it was an auction. I paid about 40 quid for the patches, and then paid another 30 quid to get the patches sewn on to the bag because that's the bag I wanted. So, what's this then? I do think progress of redeeming flying the update. Yeah, everything on an aircraft has a life, so many hours before being replaced. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Bidding on a Bone B1B for less. A Bone B1B? What's a Bone B1B? Somebody remind me.
A Lancer, isn't it?
The Lancer.
Yeah.
Lancer.
Well,
big old things.
the big swing wing bombers of the U.S. Air Force.
Ah, okay.
They look pretty cool, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, you couldn't miss one. Even if it was at 20,000 feet, it'd still be still look like it was 10 feet across.
They're regular at Fairford, I think.
You said that. We actually did miss one.
Yeah. If I'm right, didn't Revel bring one out, a bomber, a Lancer?
Yeah.
I think so.
It's Rockwell, isn't it? B1B,
and
Rockwell, isn't it?
Airfix, yeah, and Airfix as well.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna have to log off for a bit because I've got my camera's died, so I can't really continue with the.
All right, mate. But yeah, give me an email or text me, and I'll meet you up at Yeovil for a pint or something. All right?
No, I don't drink, mate. I'm working the afternoon afterwards as well.
What is the old?
Who else is going to the Oval then? Anyone else close to the Oval model show? Nice seeing you, Hamish. You have a good one, mate, and hope it all goes well, all right?
You too, guys. Speak to you next
Take
week.
care.
See you soon,
See you,
mate. Ta-ra.
Cheers then. Bye. And Matt's going as well for Model Minutes. Yeah, bugger off, mate. When are you going to come and join us on a live, Matt? When are you going to come and join us? He came in on Sunday and visited me. And it's one of the weirdest things I found. I don't know whether you find it, right? When people who aren't, or people, I'm saying aren't, but when people come into my room and look around, it's like they're in a museum. They got to touch everything and look at everything. They're not modelers, obviously. And Matt came into my room, and all he was doing was looking around. I'm like, oh yeah, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. and I, you know, it's people look at it, don't they? They come into your room and they're like, look at that model you're building. And what's that you're doing? What's that for? What's this for? And you know, but I do the same. If I go to somebody else's workshop, I'm looking around saying, oh, what does that tool do? What does that tool do? And stuff like that, you know.
I'm going to do a bit of repair work now on a couple of aircraft that have been knackered. Oh, that's it.
What have you done?
Did you break it?
Builds.
That plane's coming on, Lexi, isn't it? Looking really nice.
It's a very, very simple kit, to be fair, though.
Yeah.
It's
if you don't know, can you go over and if you want, Lexi, you can post your channel onto the chat, and if all those in the chat could do us a favor and go over and subscribe to Miss Modeler, it really help her channel out. She's got a few subscribers, but she could always do with a few more.
I subbed earlier.
Yeah, or sub.
Aww.
I've been watching. I watched her. Where was it to? It was Midland Scale Model Show, wasn't it?
Yeah, Hinkley.
Any good?
Yes, it was really good.
Yeah,
really nice show. But parking is a nightmare.
I saw that video when you first released it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have to add you to the Discord group as well at some point. There's a way of doing it, I think.
I think
apologies to you, Lexi. You're happening to join to the dirty Airfix and chill so far. We have a laugh.
It's not dirty. We're all adults.
This is mild compared to like my gaming group chats.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anfield, of course you can come up, mate. Anytime, mate. Yeah, do come up. You know, my email's in my about page as well. Give us a tinkle on there.
I'm not giving any links out, but my gaming Discord group has a dick pics channel for people called Richard. So you can share any Richard. We've got Dick Cheney, Dick Van Dyke, of course, Richard Iwaddy. You know, that sort of thing.
So I saw a few years ago.
That's very
a few years ago, I was
like
at a gig. The drummer had on his T-shirt, "Kiss My Richard." Obviously, it's called me Richard's dick, but obviously, you know, I thought it was quite clever. What that was?
I was called a Richard Cranium once, and it took me a while to work out what that was.
I like that.
It took me a while, I tell you. Don't be such a Richard Cranium. What the hell? Oh, yeah. If you don't know, cranium is head. Okay, so they're scratching their head. So, yeah.
Nothing like a joke once it's been explained.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, makes it all better.
Yeah. But Dick Insider. That's a classic, that is. Dickens Cider. Oh,
that sounds like that could be the subtitle for your next zine, Moz.
Yeah, it is. My zine's nearly done now. I've only got 2 more pages. Matt just said when he was there, he didn't touch anything, but you know, it was just it was just nice him coming down. I was able to show off me workbench and all my tools and stuff and me models, and I gave him the model because he done some 3D print resin stuff for me, which is absolutely fantastic, and I got given by him somewhere in my. Is it here? Did he do one in here? Where is it? There you go. He's done me some model minutes, Michael Set, Michael Soul, holders there. He's got model minutes on it, bless him. So I can give them away as prizes, he said. So I'll give them away as prizes. I've got to get a resin printer, but I'm waiting for the Humbrol one. Have you got a resin printer, Sully? Have you got access to one? Is it you that's got access to one?
No, Matt did ask me last night, actually, when I was asking about that little bird.
Yeah, that's right. It was you, yeah.
If you wait till you get to 25,000,
I'm hoping to get one.
The company will send you one.
What's that? Sorry, mate.
I said if you wait till you get to 25,000 subs, a company will send you one.
Who's that? Which company?
I think is it something glue? Something glue? Igloo? Not igloo, is it? It's something else.
Oh, they send you one for free, do they?
Well, I mean, they sent James one, didn't they? And they sent Matt one as well to kind of test and try out, so they can do a video review for it. But you know,
well, I can buy 10,000 subs for 80 quid. I'm fucking tempted now.
Why would you want 10,000 dead subs though?
No, that's right. Yeah,
that's 10,000 subs that aren't going to watch your videos.
But numbers.
Right.
Numbers, yeah.
You've got a few subs, Lexi, which is good.
Yeah, I've just subbed.
Oh,
Yeah.
More subs.
Anybody got the link?
Yes.
Say again, sorry.
A link? Oh, there.
There's a link in the
Yeah,
chat if you want.
And
And there's also a link in the chat for that airbrush if anybody wants to buy an airbrush.
I've got that on another tab waiting for later.
Yeah, same.
Well, yeah.
Are you going to do a review video for that?
Yes, I am. Unless you want to do
I'm
it.
not bother buying one and doing it then. That was kind of my idea. But...
Oh, right. Well, that's why I bought it, was to review it. As,
that's fair. Okay. That's fair.
Well, I'll wait until you've done the review because you might turn around and say, this is utter shite.
No, actually,
I can do a review.
I'll be honest with you, it won't be utter shite because if Jonathan Mock uses one on his channel, you know there's a lot of value in it. That's the truth. I bought it because I like the cut of his jib. He doesn't bullshit. Well, he designs the decals for Airfix, doesn't he? So he's a proper. I've always been impressed by his work, and I think that if you buy this for 25 quid, you're going to get a pretty decent airbrush. And he uses it. He's been using it on a K2Y ambulance. So, yeah, I don't think you're going to be very wrong with this. For 25 quid, it's worth just chucking. It's worth chucking those 20, those notes at it. To be honest, that's why I bought it. I wouldn't have gone for it else. But he was using it, and he was doing quite a good job with it last night. So. I'm going to do a review on it off of me for my use.
You can fit a Tiger Moth on the wing of a DC3.
I bet you can.
Yeah. with room to spare.
Of course.
Apparently, in my my first group build that we ever did, everybody decided that it was a thing that they were going to film their finished group build on their cats. So we got a limitless amount of pictures of 109 filmed on cats. Yeah. It's just like I don't even know. Was it Stan Redox who started that? I think it was, wasn't it?
No, I don't know. I did it on my cat.
That might be you. I mean, that probably explains a lot. Then, in fairness,
I can do my my DR1 on my cat. I think because. Let me see.
I'm looking forward to seeing all the civilian stuff on the cats for the end of this group build at the end of the month. Although I don't have a cat, so unfortunately, I have to opt out of that one.
Just gonna say,
buy a pack of Dreamies, and then you'll end up with a cat for the photo.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be great. My dog would love
Tam,
that. He's Jack Russell, so. Yes,
Tam,
mate.
if you bought that airbrush and did a review on it.
Yeah,
and I did one as well, you'll probably find you'll get more views because if we both did that whoever looked at it will be suggested the other review. That's what happened. You see, if you see different, it's like people say, "Oh, yeah, why did you do box reviews? They've already been done." Because 9 times out of 10, when I've done a box review, it's come from another channel that's done that box review. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, and it's one of them, isn't it? You know,
I mean, do you remember I said a couple of weeks back that my views were down by thousands? The last box review that I did last week did better. I mean, it's only literally like 250 views, which is absolutely shocking compared to the 2,500 that I usually used to get.
Yeah.
But that's been better than the sort of just about 100 views that the rest of my videos have got. So you might be on something there with that.
Yeah. I always believe that, you know, you get, you know, the amount of times I get brought back from Flory Models or something like that, you know, in the analytics saying where you've come from. You know, it's quite interesting. But also it's the quality, you know, and people watch you because of you. It doesn't necessarily mean, you know, they will probably prefer. So some people might prefer a review coming from you than they would from me, if you know what I mean. So it's it works both ways in this.
I think probably only Sandy floss, and she's a bit biased, you know. So
is that your missus, isn't it?
Well, she's yes and no, and she's also kind of my student modeler as well, if you want to put it that way. She's kind of like the Padawan, and I'm the Jedi, if you want to
I see.
put it that way.
Fair enough.
But she's doing really, really well, though. In fairness, she's in the middle of her first build, right? And this is, I'll show you how far she's got on her first ever build.
I think you should do a live stream with her in it, and then.
Well, I have said this, but she's not having any of that. So there we go. This is a Mark 5C starter set that she's done, and it's the first time she's ever made a model kit, and it's the first time I threw her straight in the deep end and said, "Here's me Harder and Steenbeck. It's set right. Now watch what I'm doing." And then I threw her in at the deep end and said, "It's now your turn." And this is how it turned out. She's obviously done the pre-shading on the green and then the overlaying, and she's done the pre-shading on the grey, and she's just waiting to do the grey paint. And now for somebody who's had probably about 6 hours of modelling experience, I don't think that's half bad, because that's as good as anything I've done with that start set. And I've done 3 of those now, so I think she's doing all right. She's doing good.
Very good.
Yeah.
I don't know if my missus suggested that, the same thing, doing a model, but she's got the patience of a flea.
Yeah.
Mine started the Lysander, and then she quit, painting and waiting for her to start again.
To be fair though, Tam, I think you've done a fabulous job there, mate. Fair play to her. Done a really good job there. And, you know, to do it with an airbrush and not with it, you know, we all started with hairy sticks, didn't we?
Exactly.
And, you know, she's done pretty good there.
I was kind of a bit about doing it, and I was going to say, right, you know, here's a couple of semi-decent brushes, use a hairy stick, but she was like, no, I want to do an airbrush, I want to use your airbrush. And I'm like, not really the way we generally go about things, but if you want to do that, crack on. So, but I mean, I'll make sure that the next build that she does is a paint one.
Yeah.
And she's got the Spitfire Mark 1A starter set to do for the next one. So it's got the brush, it's got the paint, it's got everything she needs, so she needn't worry about that.
The starter set, the Spitfires with the trench-like panel lines that you need trenching equipment to get across.
Yeah.
Good God.
I haven't actually had a look at that set yet. I've got a kit for it, but that's from the adversary builds. So I thought of doing 72nd scale adversaries, you know, like the dogfight doubles, but obviously we can't use that because it's trademarked. So adversary build in 72nd scale, we do a double build with, say, Spitfire 1A and a BF 109 E4, or you know, a Zero and a Corsair, or a 262 and a Mustang.
Yeah.
And I got a couple of those for that, and I haven't had a look at it yet, but I take it then it's not a great starter set.
It's absolutely fine as a starter set. It's if you make it using copious amounts of paint and a hairy stick and just chuck it on like you're a 5-year-old, you'll probably get a better result than if you try and do it properly with an airbrush.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous. Airfix are often mocked for having heavy panel lines. I don't have a problem with it until you see something like that Spitfire. It is hilarious. So enjoy that. I do have 4 of them, so I probably should have learned my lesson after the first. But I'd rather just moan.
Shit happens, don't it, mate? Shit happens.
Well, I mean, it all makes you a better modeler, doesn't it?
I saw one for £4 in a local model shop, and so naturally I bought 2.
You bought 2, did you?
Already knowing that they were a little crude.
Well, it is what it is, though, lads, isn't it? You know, it's what you get from it.
Sometimes you just want something you can slap together in an evening or a weekend.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. Yeah. I've said that 100 million times.
Just something to slap would be all right for me.
It's not always about the long, complicated builds with 6 million parts, is it? Sometimes you just want something with 20 parts to throw together just for a bit of fun.
Yeah.
And you know, if we're going to go down that road, I would say that the P40 Warhawk from Airfix is absolutely the perfect kit for that. I did that in a 24-hour build challenge on my channel, and that kit is brilliant. It's perfect.
Yeah, I really like it. I've got another couple of them somewhere.
I've done 2 of them now. I did one for the 24-hour build, and I did one just for a little bit of a relaxed build that I didn't even video. And oh my, it was just wonderful just to sit there and model without a camera, or having to change shots, or turn the lights a specific way, or do this, that, or the other. It was just nice to sit there and build without worrying. It was brilliant.
Very nice.
You know, I think that's why I like live streaming so much, because I've not got a camera in front of me. You know, I've got all the cameras around at different angles, and you can just sit and, you know, talk bollocks with everybody's on your stream.
Exactly. And this is, you know, I said I've done a month now. I didn't do a lot of live streaming, but I've started doing them now just because I've enjoyed just putting things back into the community. You know, the fact that you guys have gained subscribers. You know, I know Plastic Alchemist said that he's gained quite a few subscribers and new people coming to watch his videos. Because sometimes just waiting on somebody to click your video in amongst all the hundreds of thousands of other modeling channels, do you know what I mean? And this way, it's a way of, you know, getting people to see what you're on about and look at what you're doing. You know,
it is, and you know, it is. It's when you're like me, I know, you know, I tend to sort of, because I'm autistic, I kind of I hyper focus on things, and the numbers and the stats is one of the things that unfortunately I hyper focus on. And you know, when the stats are saying you've only had 20 views in a day, it's very, very disheartening. You know, and I was at the point a little while ago where I was thinking, what's even the point in going on? You know, now my views have dropped from 2,500 in a week to, you know, say 2,500 in a week. I was just like, you know, it's the beginning and the end, isn't it? Clearly. There's just no point. But
what I say is I've been doing this now quite a long time, because I had a different channel before this one. There are seasons in the sun, right? There are times when the summer comes and you get some amazing views. Like, you know, after Christmas, I gained loads of views. And then it kind of weans off, you know, over the summertime, because people are outside having barbecues. And then when the winter sets in again, people are back in their homes, got more time to listen to YouTube. That's when they all come back. So, you know, it's I wouldn't get too disheartened by it all, mate. I really wouldn't. So,
well, I've decided to take kind of a little bit of a break from filming videos till the new year.
Yeah.
Well, from uploading, I'm going to be filming, obviously, because I want the new stuff to come out. But I'm not going to be uploading anything after next week's video until the new year, because I'm going to concentrate more on trying to make it look a little bit more professional and a little bit more the way I want it to look, rather than the way it is, because I'm not perfectly happy with it. And if I'm not perfectly happy with it, then I'm not going to be until, you know, I get to the point where I look at it and think that's how I want it to be, you know.
Yeah, but then by that time you may have lost all those subscribers that you've already got, mate. That's the issue. You've got to make that decision, mate, I think.
Well, I mean, I've got to do, I've got to
Yeah.
be happy with what I produce first and foremost before anything else. I've got to look at it and think, yeah, that's how I want it to look. That's how I want to present it. I'm happy with the shots. I'm happy with the direction of the cameras and the lighting, etc. Because I look back in some of my old videos and I just think, what on earth was I thinking putting that out? So,
but the thing is, though, is that people still watch that video.
They don't, though. That's the thing. Like my old videos, right from the start, they've got like 30 views.
You never know though, because I had one that just went literally just
viral,
randomly got like 1.5K views in like 24 hours and then died off again. But that video was like 8 months old. It was completely irrelevant. It just randomly sometimes you just get picked up.
And if it makes you feel better, I have streamed on Twitch in front of nobody for 3 hours. It does happen.
I mean, I used to at the start. It used to just be me and Star, my chat mod. Used to just be sat there talking to each other. And then I think one of the first regulars was Johan to come along, and then I think John Alex Scale Models came along, and now I've got and Nuno came along. Then now I've got quite about 9 or 10 regulars who I can count on seeing every week or every 2 weeks, even if they just pop in to say hi for 5 minutes.
That's right. Yeah.
Always during that tea break.
Yeah, you always come in just as I'm having my tea break. To be honest, though, I would prefer to stream to like 10 people I know and I'm comfortable streaming to than being streaming to 1,000 people who I haven't got a clue who they are.
Yeah.
Trouble is, the trouble is, there's no money in that. There is.
I'm not. To be honest, I don't stream for the money. I really don't. I stream because, like I said, there's no pressure when you're building. There's no cameras to work around. There's no changing things. You just sat here with your kit, doing what you're doing and talking to people, and it's that interaction I like rather, and the being able to build without messing about. I think it's just a nice relief from changing camera angles, changing your lighting, stopping to upload your videos and then having a tea break, starting all over again. That's what makes it not enjoyable for me. So to be able to have the break from doing that and stream on a Friday and just build something, I'm okay with that. If it doesn't make any money, if people donate, then that that's very much appreciated. But that's not really what the streams are about for me.
Fair enough. Can you see that? That's the second decal that's done that to me. Can you see that on the screen?
Right.
That's the second decal that's done that to me. I ordered another kit because I thought I broke the decals. Done exactly the fucking same. Look at that. Would you believe it?
Yes.
Microscale's got some decal fix. The stuff that you could put on an extra layer. Because I've got some World War I decals which like disintegrated in water, and I need them because most of my kits don't have decals. So I bought that bottle and going to try that soon, I think.
Yeah.
Were they actually from the First World War? Because they're really old decals.
Yes. So funny, Tom. So funny.
Oh, yeah, you know me. If I wasn't a professional scale modeler, I'd make a living as a comedian.
Well, you get hungry, I think, then.
Yeah, I'd be a very poor comedian, but I'd still be a comedian.
Yeah. I might be able to just paint that little bit in, I think, if it flattens all right. But there you go. There's the problem. That decal was just bollocks.
I once got paid £5 and 2 Mexican pesos for a comedy gig.
Really?
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And that was to get you off the stage, wasn't it?
Yeah, probably.
That was thrown at me. Apparently they look like £2 coins, so somebody gave me one. But that was another one.
At you.
Yeah. Boo! That was just in front of my family. It was a wedding.
The hospital costs were more, right?
That's a shame that decal. I'm not happy with that. I'm going to use this one instead.
Mind you, going back a little bit, because we've been waiting to move, and so I've got about another 3 weeks. If I'm okay. But I've still got at least 2 videos in the wings I need to finish off. But that, so it's a little bit wood in the way, but.
Cool. What is that sexy Spaniard you've got there, Ms. Modeler?
This was my Hanko HE112.
Cool, look at that. What a beauty.
Yeah. So you go. Anfield writes, live streams are good. I like doing live streams too. Yeah. First COVID lockdown where there was a boost, there was. Mark Lee, my documentary has less than 1,000 views, despite being plugged on all relevant sites. Then after a year, it jumped to 36,000 views without any plug-in. YouTube is weird. It is.
Yeah.
Classic Alchemist, my shorts are bringing in a lot of viewers, and Twitch is ungrateful. Is it X Techman? Good. I have to agree with Moz as I'm watching because it's really quiet at work. Whereas last month I hadn't watched a chance. I wouldn't have had a chance or time to watch it. So yeah, surprise kit of the year so far, whether good or bad. What's your surprise kit of the year? Well, I was going to have to be the Meteor, to be honest. That's a good kit. Mosquito was fucking good as well.
Would you say the Meteor over the Tempest?
No, Tempest was right up there. Tempest, yeah. That was a kit for me. Just saying, Meteor. I'm just trying to think of kits that were good this year. Tempest was my favourite build so far this year.
Which skill was it?
Skill level 2, wasn't it? Tempest?
No, skill, like size.
Like a fish.
Scale.
Oh. Scale, sorry.
Damn it.
172. Yeah.
I got a 170. I got 4, I think, left. Or 5. 4 or 5, I think. Matchbox ones.
Yeah.
With the Fury type nose as well.
Oh,
As
yeah,
an
the
option.
Mark II.
Mark II. It's got that option as well. And I built once a Revel one, and it almost made me stop modeling. It was my 4th build, I think, because it had very big Revel 9082 on the lower tailpiece. And it was like a very odd kit to make, and I didn't have the right cockpit green at that moment, and all those stuff irritated me. And then I was like, well, fuck it. And then I saw that they have that, and then they had that interior green from Humbrol, the 78, and I love it. And then for my Sterling, I made it myself, the interior green.
Okay.
Came out quite well, I think. But
I'm
that
currently using
almost put me off.
Currently using the Hataka interior green.
Yes, I've got that. That's a funky colour, that Hataka interior green, isn't it? Is
I
that
think
an American interior green? Because it's not RAF, is it?
Well, I've
Is
got
it
both.
more yellow?
It's. I'll tell you what. I'll grab it and show you.
Right. So
really
one of the only 7.5 billion things that annoy me
Yeah.
is when you see an American aircraft where the entire interior is painted in zinc chromate, which is sort of an off yellowy green color.
Yeah,
because it was regulations at the time that no part of a plane that had a person in it would be that color because it was too bright and distracting. Paint your wheel wells it. Don't paint your cockpit it. Now, carry on.
Yeah.
You're right. It is a yellowy kind of.
It's more yellow than green.
Yeah, it's not RAF. I don't know whether it's like designed to be a US. It's not RAF interior green because that was.
The US Navy also had it,
wasn't it?
Yeah,
green.
The US Navy also had it.
Oh, okay.
The same color.
Crap. These decals are fucking wank.
Don't sugarcoat it, Miles. Say it how it really is.
Oh, they are. That one's just split as well. So I've got a dodgy one. I'm going to put the 34. That's what it looks like. I've just that one there buggered up because it it started breaking into pieces. And then I've just done this one, and this one's splitting up. But I can hide that with the 34. If I put the 34, you can see it split. So I'm going to put the 34 over that so it can hide it, which was a nightmare. But I have to leave that to dry now and then just trim it off a bit, I think. I fold that in under there.
I have a trip to Hannants coming up very, very soon. Yeah, I know. I said their name. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm helping my dad out with a few things. So in return, he's offered to just let me raid the shop for a little bit.
Yeah.
I will be gentle.
Night, Mark. Have a good night, Mark. Have a good night, mate. Classic Alchemist. Celtic West says you do some really good shorts. So yeah, he does. They're better than me. What was I going to say then?
Oh yeah, that was another thing. My views have gone up since I stopped doing shorts as well.
That does surprise me because I've done well with the shorts.
I mean, I was only doing like 200 views on the shorts, but I'm sure I heard somewhere that shorts messes up the algorithm and it like
they should separate it more predominantly, like, you know, they should keep them separate. But also with a short, if you take a short from one of your videos and you post it as a short, they have the opportunity of clicking the button on the left hand side and it'll take them to that video the shorts come from. Just
it's kind of a different audience though, isn't it, really, to be honest?
I know I completely buck the trend, but I do not like, do not watch, do not engage in any way, shape or form with shorts.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really. I only started doing them really as kind of a viewer showcase, just to sort of to put some of the guys from my Discord chat out there so other people could see them, you know. You know, was it you who said that, Moz, about the short messing up the algorithm?
Yeah, it was originally, but so what it was is that if you were putting them out, it wasn't necessarily bringing you to your long form content. So you know, somebody's watched a short, it doesn't mean they'll get recommended one of your long form videos. But that's all changed. They've updated the algorithm so it does. So if you do a short, say they watch 2 shorts of yours, they'll then get recommended a long form video that you've done.
Right, so I stopped doing shorts they changed the algorithm then. Right, so we know what we're working on again for the new year then.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, I got 2 kits in this kit for no reason.
That's that is that another model now, is it?
Yeah, the mixed drying, but I've moved on to this and I only paid £4, but I've got two entire sets of the kit in it for some reason. But that's not bad.
Right.
Bargain.
Can't bargain. Can't knock a bargain. What's going on with this kit, man? Honestly, these decals are shocking. I don't think these are cartograph, and if they are, then I'm actually appalled by it.
It was the Apprentice's Day.
Graphic are better than that, aren't they, as a rule?
Right, back to the Booker.
Probably off the job.
I don't think I've got any more repairs to make. I think that's everything done, repairs-wise. Oh, but I know what I can do while that's drying, because I'm not going to do any more on the Hawk tonight. I'm going to finish off the Hurricane and the P40 Warhawk. But I haven't quite finished, so we just do the little bits on there that need doing. Which is, I think, just the silver wheel struts on the Hurricane and just the cockpit bands on the P40.
IX Techman. So do you live near Honiton Way, do you? Is it X Techman? I don't know how to say it. IX Techman. IX Techman. Good. I have to agree with Moses. I'm watching because it's really quiet at work, whereas last month I couldn't have a chance or time. Give me give me an email, mate, if you're near Honiton. Just saying on the comments here. Got quite a few comments. Be one with the decals at Moz. Yeah, fucking decals. They're crap. They keep breaking on me. Diggin Evans, Model Railways in the chat now. Hiya, mate. He's been found on a Scale Model channel. I watched Wilby Castle's tongue-in-cheek review of a railway kit the other day. I thought it was quite amusing. Near Honington Air Base. The only time I'm in Honiton area is for Exeter Airport. Yeah, because you're a Plymouth Argyle fan, aren't you? Yeah, come on, 34. Do me proud this time. Let's see if we get the 34th without a break-in. Come on. Wish me luck. Here we go. Come on, full, and there he goes. Yes.
There goes the pitot tube I so carefully glued in place last time.
Yeah.
Standard.
Still got your flappy bits on?
Yeah. You know I can't deal with the flappy bit.
Flappy bits.
It's always about the flappy bits, isn't it?
Have any
Most
of you
important
used that?
part.
Do any of you use the Humbro Masco?
I've used it.
I used
I've
to,
used it.
but I don't anymore.
What do you use
No.
now?
I
Airy
use
stick.
PVA, normal PVA glue.
PVA glue for masking up?
Masking canopies, yeah.
You use PVA?
Yeah.
That is a thing then, is it?
Yeah. Just go around the edges like you would normally
Yeah.
of the canopy frame and just use PVA glue instead.
Okay.
I mean, it's a lot cheaper and it's a lot easier to deal with because
If
you
you can't do
can
that,
water
if
it
you couldn't
down.
do that if you were doing like a double camo, could you? You
I
wouldn't-
mean,
wouldn't
I
put
only
it off,
use
wouldn't
that for the canopy, to be honest.
Yeah.
I use
My
glue
Masco
tack
was
for, like, the camouflage.
My Masco's gone funny. Like really, and I don't think you can't thin it or nothing, can you? It's gone really lumpy. I think it's gone off.
No, it's rubber based, isn't it? Unfortunately,
Yeah.
that's why I stopped using it. To be honest,
I'm
because
gonna have
mine
to
went all
get some
funky
new
and lumpy
ones
as well.
Use cellulose thinners when dry.
Oh, you,
Use water to thin Masco if required. So
That's
what
all
if I could like use a bit of water to thin it? You reckon? I wonder if that'll work then. I got some water here because my Masco's gone really, really gloopy. Like when I tried to use it, it just wasn't having any of it. Oh, if I would put it in the Hatakalaka shaker and see what happens. Latex in it, yeah, latex, yeah. Try the Formula 560. It's a little pricey, but it works better than anything
So
I've
I use
tried. The Formula 560. No, I just find that I was trying to use it the other night when I was putting it down. It was just coming out gloopy and then clear. Oh, that looks a bit better. Maybe just water was needed then. Yeah, Anfield, I'll be in contact with you soon, mate, on the on email, and we'll get you up here on the chat, mate. Not a problem, anytime. But you can't do train stuff. You've got to do scale model stuff.
I did a train last week.
You did.
I guess what's happened to that since last week?
It's not gone back on the shelf, has it?
It is back on a shelf.
Hey!
Didn't even varnish it. I can't be dealing with that.
Shelf queen reigns supreme.
Yeah, gotta love a shelf. Have you
when
got a shelf? Have you got a shelf, Miss Modeler? Have you got a shelf to put kits that you've started and not got around to finishing yet?
I've only got 2 things on it over 18 months, so I'm not too bad with it, to
That's
be honest.
pretty good going.
When I say shelf, it's actually on a bit of balsa wood being held up by some model railway boxes at both ends.
Okay.
And it's on a piece of track that it shares with about half a dozen other railway models that I thought this will be a good idea. And I don't have the same commitment with planes. I'll generally finish them. Anything else, and I just get bored.
Yeah. Yeah. Cartograph. There's the Cartograph logo and the decals are shit. The first time I did the 34 was on my live stream last Tuesday or Wednesday. I did a live stream, putting the decals on, and the 34 just disintegrated, and it's done it this time on this one here on the front. But I don't know when they last released that 4 GT 3 litre. I don't know when it was last, but it's nothing worse than, this kit's now a week over now because I've been waiting on decals for it. The next one I'm going to build it like I'm building the 4 GT from Le Mans with the Elf logos on. The Golf logos on, I should say, not the Elf. The Golf logos on. I'm going to do that like that pale blue, I think, and the orange stripe. I'm going to do that with the next. Because also, here's what I was trying to get at. When with these, I don't know if you can see this. See them? These are the inners, right? So you've got the wheels, and then you have the tires, and then you have 1, 2, 3, exactly the same. Then you've got this fucking monstrosity, that there, and it doesn't fit. So it's supposed to go around the tire and the wheel, and they got 3, 1, 2, 3, and then this thing here is bollocks. It don't fit. I don't understand why they done that. Made me angry. Give it a Port Vale, Moz. Yeah, I've given it a Port Vale, mate. I've given it a good
It's to
Port Vale.
irritate you.
Yeah, it irritated me, that. I don't know. Because in the end, this front tyre doesn't go down right because of it. You can see that. Look, see, because I'm gonna have to put some flexi-card and some plastic card inside to keep that wheel down. Oh, I just broke the wheel off now.
That will fix it.
Story in my life. Yeah, I'll just glue it back in. But it was just a right pain in the ass, this kit. It really has been a pain in the ass.
So you prefer the newer starter sets then?
Yeah, I do. Definitely. I do. I'll glue it back in now. Maybe I'll get the wheel straight this time. But it's just a build that's just pissing me off. It really is pissing me off, this build.
I think everyone's had builds like that, though, haven't they? Where it just goes away and it ends up like an albatross around your neck, doesn't it? Just
I want to get it done because I've got the footage almost finished on this one. Yeah, I'll glue that wheel back on. After the decal now. Oh, fuck's sake, man. Fucking nightmare.
Oh, like I say, back to the liquid mascot. I use the Untitled 502.
Yeah.
I've had that probably about 3 years.
It's good stuff, is it?
Looks a bit manky at the top, to be fair, but give it a bit of a shake. But it's good stuff. I use it relatively regular, but I've had that probably about two years, I think.
Fair play.
Still good.
Right. I'll repair that wheel later. But it's just pissing me off. Been a long build, that. Been a long build. Yeah, release. It's a 2015 set release. Yeah, but it's a 2015 and the decals are shite in it.
So it must be cartograph then.
Must be cartograph, yeah.
Must be.
Absolute bollocks, it really is.
Is it an Airbox tool or an Airfix tool, or is it a Rebox?
It's an Airfix tool.
Okay.
But the decals have been absolutely dog shit on this. And I praise up kits mostly.
This Booker has a photo etch bit that's bigger than the fuselage.
Wow.
What?
Good luck with that.
It's a sort of strap line that goes all the way down it. They've obviously just made it longer than it needs to be.
Cut it down then, isn't it?
Oh,
better than shorter.
Well, yeah, true. And it comes with 2 fuselages. I don't know why. I don't know what the difference is. Maybe one tiny bit there, but there's a spare fuselage.
Okay.
That's useful.
I did wonder why the box was so big. It's because you end up with 1.5 bookers in there.
Yeah.
I had a few kits.
Wing for it.
I've had a few kits which had 2 kits in it, and I thought it was only one at first. So
Yeah,
quite happy with that.
The Edward Spitfire Mark 9 has got almost 2 kits in it. It's got 2 bodies, 2 noses, 1 set of wings. It's got 2 sets of tail planes. It's just the second set of wings that are missing, really. And you've got 2 complete Spitfires.
KP's S199 is exactly the same. You nearly have 2 kits out of that as well.
Oh, is that a decent? Have you made that kit? Is it decent?
Yeah, it was all right.
That's on my
I
list.
enjoyed making it. I did the Israeli one, and I enjoyed doing it.
Nice. That is very high on. That's in my wish list at the moment. It's a 109 that isn't a 109, therefore I can get away with it.
I think I built that before I built a 109.
I had this conversation with Woolly Wings on Twitter about, was the Bucon a 109 or was it a variant? Because technically it's not a warbird, is it? Because it wasn't a war machine, and it was license built 109 with a Merlin engine, wasn't it?
It wasn't a Second World War machine.
No, post-war.
True. It did still go to war though.
I mean, some of the airframes were technically 109s, weren't they? Because they were built as 109s and then converted later. But
yeah. The same as the Bouchon, the Spanish ones. Although some of those were actually built during the war.
Were they?
Because the Germans saw
I'm not sure.
Yeah, they saw it as an opportunity to air test the aircraft.
Yeah.
And then the Spanish was like, we want more. So this is, you can license build, because the license built that, the Hong Kong 111 and Junkers 52. The Junkers 52 was the only one that had the genuine proper engines for it. The other 2 had Rolls-Royce Merlins fitted, because the Germans said they hadn't got any that they could afford to give them.
There was an initial run of the Hispanos, but I can't remember what engines they had. But they were constructed during the war using 109 airframes. They're basically 109s, and then it was later on they had all the materials to make more, and then put the Merlin in it. But I can't remember what bloody engine they had originally. I've got that. That's the AZ kit, isn't it? The
DB65.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
I think so. And then, like we says, as it went on, the
Israeli also
they
built a version of it, right?
They didn't build it. Theirs is by Avia, so it was Czech built, but they used
that one. Yeah,
they used the Umo engine instead, and the propeller was taken from a HE111 as well. So it looks a bit weird.
Yeah, that was it.
They're effectively sold like dodgy used car salesman. Like, this plane will be fine. This will get you where you need to go. And that was only true if where you wanted to go was staying on the ground.
Yeah, the engine was so ridiculously underpowered on that, wasn't it? That was That's why they had to put the H11 props on it.
That's why it was called the Mule, because it handled so badly.
And tonight's history lesson comes from.
This is a collaborative history lesson.
It's a group project. We all get graded together.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I did once for GCSE art make I think it was Matchbox Tempest Mark V. I think it was Matchbox because it was either in a Revel box or it didn't have a box. It was just a bag. But somebody gave it to me, and I didn't do any work at GCSE art at all. In fact, there was one moment because our teacher was ill, so we had substitute teachers a lot. I was sitting there drawing a Mosquito FB6, doing a dive bombing, or not dive, like glide rocket attack on a German military train, and I'm just chatting away drawing this instead of the fruit or whatever else I'm supposed to be fucking drawing. And the teacher goes past, and I just look at them, look at the picture, look at the teacher, and then just slide the correct work over the front and carry on. But I had to rein it in, and I managed to find a way of fitting in making this kit as part of an art project. I passed as well, remarkably.
Oh, that's nice.
Fair play.
I wish I'd have thought of that.
I know, pretty smart, right?
Yeah, I'm very impressed.
Unfortunately, I had to hand the kit in as part of the final assessment, so I don't have it anymore. To be honest, it was a pig anyway. I didn't like it.
I only started building 2 years ago, I think. Now?
Yeah. Wow.
I don't know how this is going to fit.
Glue will save you. Or some clamps.
Well, I don't mind kits that don't have locating pins. I don't mind limited run toolings and interesting subjects. But there's a reason why I buy a lot of kits from Airfix.
Yeah.
If I come home from work, the last thing I want to be doing is working out exactly where the seat is supposed to go on a small plank of plastic.
Exactly. Even Airfix get it wrong sometimes.
They do. But thankfully, quite infrequently these days.
Yeah, it is quite infrequent.
That meteor, though, that looks... I mean, I haven't opened the bag, but it looks fantastic.
On that Harrier GR3 I was doing this weekend as part of the Airfix Modern Airbase set, for one of the wings, the top and the bottom half of the wings was significantly different. Celtic West, 2 weeks isn't a long build, Moss. Fucking is for me. I get bored after a month. I try to put a model out every once a week, like, you know, that's the plan, but it isn't happening at the minute.
Have you all seen the new? I can't remember what manufacturer it is, but it's I think is it 1/35 scale F35.
No, it's 170. No, 148 in it from Tamiya. You mean the 30?
Yeah,
F35A. Yeah. Well, so I don't understand why they've done it. I really don't. After all the planes we asked for, and they go and do it, King Lightning, and they're in collaboration with Italeri, and Italeri only released the 35B last year, wasn't it? So why are they doing another one?
Safe, I guess.
Yeah,
wasn't the
probably.
original tooling was all right, wasn't it? Is that right? The original 135 tooling that whoever had it was just good enough. Oh, I don't know. There's quite a few numpties on the channel going, "Oh, where's the RAF markings? Where's the RAF markings?" They're like, hang on a minute.
That did make me laugh.
We ain't got the A, we've only got the B. So if you want to build it for the U8K market, get the Italeri ones. Because the only difference between them, really, and if you actually look at the shape of it, is the fact that the B is no fuel tank, half a fuel tank, and it's got the VTOL system fitted, isn't it? Yeah. Vertical takeoff and landing, isn't it? So, saying about Israel, did you see their M51 Super Shermans?
Oh, beefy.
Yeah.
By the way, I think I need to call it a night.
Yeah, we're going to call it 90 minutes. It's been 2 hours and 20 minutes, and I need to get my porridge, and get that ready for the morning. Get me to the tuna ready.
My alarm clock will go in 6 hours, I think.
You
got
work in the morning. Yeah, because you're a few hours in front of us, aren't you?
1 hour. 1 hour in front.
Yeah.
And my alarm clock goes at 5:15.
What do you do for a living?
I develop chemotherapy for pediatric leukemia.
Oh, fair play to you, mate. Fair play. Well, there you go. Tiger's just wrote, no rice pudding tonight. I went, nah, I couldn't be asked for rice pudding tonight. And I've had a couple of chocolate waffles, chocolate coated waffles. Ooh, they were nice from Aldi. Finish off the bag. Yeah, so this is a Ford. This Ford GT is a Ford FU kit. I would never build it again. It's been an absolute dog shit of a kit to build.
There are very few kits that I have never finished after starting. Well, no, there's plenty that I intend to finish, but as in I discard and before I finish. And one of them is the Airfix Grumman Gosling or Widgeon.
Yeah. Ooh, that sounds very nice.
Oh,
by the way.
Yeah, it's a fantastically rubbish tooling. It is utter crap. It's 60 odd years old. The wings don't go together properly. One fuselage length is longer than the other.
It's crap.
It's 90% filler and 10% bad memories.
Okay, I went to put. I did a walrus type thing.
Oh. Yes. I went to put the decals on it, and they are correct for one wing, but obviously the wings aren't quite the same shape and size, so they didn't fit on the other one. Then the tail plane snapped off, and I just went, "I'm done," and I threw it. It's gone. Not my problem anymore. It flew down very well.
I love float planes and flying boats and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I followed it up by making a Catalina, which is technically unfinished because I went to go and put the decals on it and then realised I didn't have any. So it's sitting there. It's sitting there without any decals until I can be bothered to buy some.
Yeah.
But it's such a beautiful, impressive beast that I can't help myself.
I've got two Sunderlands, one built, one not yet built.
Yeah.
And I got one of my 3 Catalinas built, and I still got a Walrus left, and I got some kind of French type of float plane, and I got a Dornier 24, which I'm going to make Dutch. I got a Dornier 18, I think, a second one. And I don't know, I got Albatross, and I don't know, probably 1 or 2 more. I love those. Yeah, I love those. But next build will be Lancaster B2 and a Defiant.
You said you're doing a Defiant. Which one did I send you? Which kit did I send you?
Vampire.
Did you do that one?
Not yet, because it's 148, but I definitely will go do that one day.
Good.
When some group build is early jet or whatever, something like that. Yeah. Because it needs to be a theme for me to start doing one in 48. So, Tam, have you seen my Dakota now, or DC3?
Oh, I like that.
It's all orange.
Are you doing that Dutch Airways or KLM?
I'm doing the KLM one just pre-war. Well, pre-war, start of the war with Big Holland on it.
Oh, very nice.
Look at that.
But I'm not 100.
That's huge. That's a lot bigger in 72nd scale than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I said that when he first pointed out. I was like, crumbs. I'm because
compared to the Spitfire.
The wingspan is about the same as a B-17, give or take a few feet in real life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because this is why I put this on back in its box and didn't continue with it, because mine is just too big to just squeeze on the shelf.
Yeah, I got 5 of them.
I'm seriously tempted to get one now. I'm not gonna lie.
You like big, don't you?
My previous one was the Atelieri tooling, which was the previous Airfix release.
Yeah, this is the Atelieri tooling. I got the new one for a bargain. The Dakota Mark IV, I think, and I got 4 or 5 Atelieri ones from the one of the US Navy till this one and yeah. I don't know. I got too many Dakota versions. I like. I got an US Army Air Force one. I wanted to make this one. I want to make a Dutch Navy one. I want to make a Dutch Air Force one because we have a nice camouflage one with the white upper like roof, and probably a silver one. I'm not 100% sure what. And I probably also want to make a Royal Air Force one during the Second World War.
Nice.
Plans.
The second option that comes with the release that I got is the BOAC one. So it's camouflaged, black underneath. But
Yeah,
also
it's
interesting.
Nice story about that one. Those are the ex-KLM ones, the orange ones.
Yes.
They took them over after the Netherlands was annexed by Germany, and it could be one of the versions that I'm painting mine in, but I'm going to do it with the Dutch registry, so PH, and then I'm not 100% sure which one, ALR or I got a few names because they all had bird names. Dutch bird names, so I'm not 100% sure yet. I got like 7 versions. Maybe the Ibis I'm going to do because that one was shut down by the Germans because they thought Churchill was on board. So I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
I'm not. That one got some history on it, but I could also do one that was later in Boac use. So I'm not 100% sure, but it will be at the end when the decals are going on. So I still got some time, I think.
Yeah, very nice.
Model Magic's. That's why Aussie Scale Modeler Secrets just turned up in the chat. Nice to see you, my friend. David James said he's enjoyed tonight's escapade, which is good. I think it's good on a Monday. I think people are just chilling on their workbenches with us in the background, chatting shit, getting banged, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's like we have a bit of a laugh here, don't we? You know, that's why it's. But as I said, yeah, I'm disappointed with this. Not disappointed. I've enjoyed building this because I tell you why I've done the 4GT was a lad called Josh on TikTok said he gave up with his. Said it was too complicated and pain in the ass, and I thought I'll have a crack at it, so I did. But like he's right about the decals. The decals are so hit and miss. You know, I don't.
You thought step aside, let the pros do it.
Yeah, the ego strikes again.
I can see why he gave it up, like But I'm enjoying doing the these older kits. Like sometimes they do have merit, but when the decals let you down, so it's been a week build. This one, it's a 2-week build now. So I've just got to I'm going to go over it with some. I want to do what's it? I'm going to do clear on it. Do a Tamiya lacquer clear on it. Do a powder coat. Then go over it wet and give it a nice gloss finish, and then that'll be it done. But other than that, it's it's been quite an interesting little build. This, for what it's worth. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me here on the Airfix and Airfix and Chill chat. Everyone enjoyed yourself, and I hope others have enjoyed it as well. I don't know why it's gone to that. I need to work out why it's done that. Why it's gone to?
It's probably just user error.
No, I don't understand why it's gone. Why it's gone to? Oh, that's better. I'm trying to get it so that it was all square. So, because I like the logo that Tam's made, Airfix and Chill, in his. I must get it put on mine, but I haven't worked out how to do it yet. So, but anyway, folks. So if you're going to Yeovil Model Show on the 23rd, that's in 2 weeks. Yesterday, wasn't it? 2 weeks yesterday. It's on a Sunday, isn't it? And come and visit me and shake my hand and let me know what your username is, because people come up to me giving me their name. I don't know who they are because they don't give me their username or their avatar name. So, but if you can all go in and give Ms. Modeler a sub if you're not subbed to her yet, and give Sully a sub and Captain VFC a sub, apparently Captain VSC is going to put some content up soon enough at one point.
I have been filming, so there are a couple of videos that will have footage. Naturally, it will take a while to actually get them out because that's the nature of the game. But yes, there will definitely be some content, provided my computer doesn't explode between now and Christmas.
Now you've jinxed it, haven't you?
You jinxed it now. Yeah, get yourself a Mac. And Tam, what are you bringing out this week? Have you got a video coming out this week?
I got a video came out today, which is the I originally did 135th FE101 Scorpion back in, I think it was last October, and I did it in 3 videos, and I've re-edited those all into one and re-released it because that was back when I was Fortunes of War models. So I've redone it and done it all into one video and released that today. So go check that out if the armor's your thing.
Yeah, do you know what, mate? I haven't looked at my notifications. I've got 9+ showing at the moment, so I need to go through them and add them. Because, like I said, my main thing is I add them to watch later. Then I'll just sit in bed and watch them, or when I'm doing modelling, I have them on in the background, So, but anyway, Lexi, have you enjoyed tonight coming on our little chats? Brilliant.
Yeah, it's been lovely.
I'll send you a link to the Discord group that we're all in. As YouTube modelers, so you'll meet quite a few on there. Captain, you need to. Are you in the you in that group as well, aren't you now? Warrex isn't, because you haven't got a YouTube channel, have you, Warrex? You haven't got a YouTube channel yet,
No, I'm not like that. I've got a full-time job and I build a lot, so I don't have any time for editing.
Oh, fair enough, mate. Well, you could do live streaming, couldn't you?
Yeah. If you invite me.
Yeah,
I'm not 100% sure if I'm likely to talk to myself when not anybody or when nobody else is on. So,
you're always welcome on my streams, Johan.
Yeah, you're always welcome.
Yeah. It's fun. Maybe
you do yours on a Friday night, though. You do yours on a Friday night, don't you, Tam?
Yes, I do. I'm thinking about doing Saturdays either as well or instead. I don't know yet, but that may be that is going to be something. If it does change, it's going to be happening in the new year when all the other changes come out. So
yeah, I get it. As I say, I can't do Friday or Saturdays because that's my main job, in it, doing discos on a Friday and Saturday night. And I got I've just priced up doing. I got a regular resident job for a Sunday night doing karaoke. So I'll be just priced that one up as well this week. So if I get that as well, I'll be out Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. But that means, I'm only doing like 5 hours on a Friday, 5 hours on a Saturday, and 3 hours on a Sunday, and that pays me double the wage I was on doing 40 hours a week. You know what I mean? So
happy days.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway, thank you all for watching. If you like the video, click like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to all these lovely channels. Leave a comment and. Hopefully all will see you next Monday. Have a good evening, folks, and take care.
Take them off.
Take them off. Bearcat.